Well, we're live.
What is going on, everybody? That is Joe Morley letting you know that you were live in the box, the screen, the camera, whatever with us in the Warzone Sports Network. I'm Tony Tucker, Joe Morley in the top right, JFly23. For the ladies out there, we're going to be watching some Thursday night football, and we'll get into all this right after this sweet intro.
Tony Tucker already. Tyler Heinicke throwing a bad pass to Logan Thomas. He had a dive just for not to be an interception on his first throw of the game.
Okay, settle down. We got four quarters to go. 4 quarters. All right. If it is your first time here watch party with us on the Warzone Sports Network, feel free to go ahead, throw your picks. The chat is free. Hit that subscribe button. We're always talking about sports, going live, trying to hang out with people. We do not show the game. If you are looking for the game, you got to find it elsewhere. But if you're watching the game and you want to talk about the game with us, please stick around, enjoy, have fun. We're going to talk fantasy. We'll talk about our favorite matchups of the weekend. We're just having a good time. You know, have a drink with me if you drink. I know that these two gentlemen don't, but if you're out there in the virtual world and you want to have a nice scotch with me, you are welcome. I would also like to mention up top here, we've already had our first series, and my guy, Taylor Heinicke, did not look great. But I want to mention our partners over at Prize Picks. If you've never played Prize Picks, it is a super easy over-under fantasy game that you can play. Like tonight, I have over 18.5 receiving yards for Antonio Gibson. I think the dude's going to ball tonight. There it is. But you can see on the screen right here. Go to Prize Picks, download the app, and use the promo code Warzone. They will match 100% up to the first $100 that you deposit. Play with us. Send in your picks. We'll throw them up on the screen. We'll cheer along all season long. Yeah, that's about it on Prize Picks. I'm going to say this. I was telling Jay off camera. Last year, I threw a lot of weight behind Taylor Heinicke. And now the time has come. He is starting for the Washington football team, and I am so pumped about this game. No, the first series didn't look great, but I also know that Jay is a Daniel Jones fan. So
Tony, I made a mistake in our fantasy league.
Jay. You what?
I made a mistake already in our fantasy league. I benched Kyle Allen, and he's probably going to start the second half and go ball out. So playing from behind. I made a mistake. Last second, I benched him.
Well, I have Daniel Jones going in our fantasy league in the War of Attrition League. So let's go.
Danny Jones.
Danny, who did you pick, Joe, in for this game in the pick'em?
I have the Giants.
Oh, so Joe's taking it out.
And Jake's rooting for Washington, so we got this going. Me and Jake are gonna probably be fighting.
That's right. Flex on him, Jake. Don't worry. I can get there. It'll only take me 2 hours. But I'll get there. I got your back.
Yeah. It's going to come get your back, but it's going to be too late because the Giants and myself will get the victories.
I got the Giants too, but Jake, I respect your pick.
What's up, Alex Robson?
Robson, my guy, showing love.
Crushed it on
in the house.
College football game day, Washington. Giants offense isn't very good. They can't even score on Washington. Well, unless you're from the future, they're just getting out there. I did see, Joe, was that you who posted those stats about Daniel Jones where he's like, graphic? He's like 4-0 against Washington, never turned the ball over once.
This is the one team he does really, really good against. Like, this is like he's undefeated against Washington in his career. He doesn't turn the ball over. He does very well against them.
Like, why does he play so good? Did his dad like whip him with a burgundy belt or something? Yeah. Like, is he just like? Is it sort of that like he just took enough beatings as a kid with a burgundy sash, and now he's like, payback.
And then once you get that like first win, it like 4 is not a coincidence. Like, that's 4 wins. You're 4-0 against them. Like, you're doing something. And look, I saw a lot of things about Daniel Jones today, especially from his own teammates, that said if you don't realize the potential in him, then you're blind. Like, so all these teammates, nobody's throwing him under the bus. Everybody buys into Daniel Jones.
I like it,
including Jay Fly. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, there you go.
I wish I could go for the Giants now, but there's no turning back since the game already started.
There it is. And don't give up.
We'll take you, Jake.
No, Jake. Jake, stay on the bright side.
Yeah, I know that Washington has some kids score a touchdown on the Giants.
Yeah.
So there's no turning back. I've been teaching Jake that because, like most kids, when they're first starting watching football, they switch back and forth when they're watching the game. So Jake will be like, I'm rooting for the Giants, and the Giants will be down, and then he'll switch over to Washington. So I've been teaching him to stay on one side, just pick it and stick with it. No, you're not crazy for benching Barkley today, Alex. They're playing the number 1 defensive line. He's still hurt.
Yeah, I think he's still figuring. I don't think hurt's the right thing, but I think he's still kind of like getting his sea legs back. I benched Barkley in both leagues that I have him in favor of matchups that were projected to score less points. I just feel safer about their floor than him. In this early success, you get to script the first 15 plays. A lot of people look good on the first drive. First drive last week, Justin Herbert drove down the field and stuck it in the end zone on this defense. And then they only allowed another 13 points for the rest of the game. So we'll see how this, like, you guys are all like, oh, do you see the potential of Danny Dimes? I tell you what I do see. I see 40 turnovers and like 20 starts or whatever that crazy statistic is. At Alex Robson. You're already crazy for being a Jets fan. I agree. Robson eating crow during Sports Force was like one of my favorite things. Robson, you have no idea how hard I was laughing, and I just wanted to comment the whole time during that video, just reminding you that Sam Darnold smoked you guys. Absolutely toasted you. I don't know what the final score was, but in my mind, Sam Darnold was victorious.
He was running out there too in that game. Mobile. Well, back to Joe Morley's point. I remember that video. It was the Cavs and the Warriors finals when the Warriors upset the Cavs, and with a kid with a Dellavedova jersey. He's like, "Let's go, Delly! Let's go, Delly!" And then Curry just like crosses him up and hits a 3, and then he just takes off the jersey and has a Curry jersey under. He's like, "Let's go, Curry!" I don't know if you guys remember that, but one of my favorite moments. That's the Warriors.
It's like, yeah, go for whoever's winning. That's what I said. Sometimes people just go for the referees because they always win.
That's true. Just wear an NBA jersey with Adam Silver's face on it.
Oh, Daniel Jones. I do have him on a rushing over and under. I forget what it was.
Like 22 and a half.
Is it 22? Because technically he is a running quarterback. Like, he moves around. He's a mobile guy. It's in the middle, but I don't remember what it is.
22, right?
Are you sure? Is it on this card or another card?
It's on Mike's card.
Don't tell me I didn't enter it.
You didn't enter it. Over 22 and a half. It might be on another card. I know you're a baller, Joe, and you got several.
Yeah, sometimes I do that. So,
well, I
remember looking at it and going, and I wanted it, so I probably put it somewhere.
It feels like a good bet. I mean, the guy can scoot. I mean, like, there's no doubt about that.
Well, last year he had that 80-yard run before he ate it and took himself down.
See, I saw those statistics that you put up about him playing well against Washington, and I was like, well, now it has to go the other way, because his history in the NFL tells us that he turns the ball over, and he's never turned it over against the Giants. Well, tonight I'm getting 2 turnovers. So I took Daniel Jones on the under 17 fantasy points because me and Jake are smart, and we're both on the Washington football team tonight to win this game.
They have no quarterback. It's not going to happen.
Well, like you said, Tony, the first 15 plays are usually scripted. I don't really say the game gets started till after the first quarter. You know that. I've always said that. After anything can happen for the first quarter, then both teams calm down. The adrenaline starts getting out of them, and they start playing their game. But as of right now, I like what the Giants are doing.
Oh, come on. You can't bail them out with that BS. Okay, there's your first gift of the night, Giants fans.
Let's see. I'm watching the replay right now, so let's see. He just sheds that easily. Late hit, Chase Young.
No, it's not a late hit. The thing he landed on the quarterback.
Oh.
Well, you can't be touching Danny Dimes like that.
Yeah, that's weak, man.
Such a raw talent like that.
That's weak. I thought it was a late hit. But you know what? I think I don't mind a little bit of a late hit from Chase, even if it wasn't. Because, you want to make the quarterback feel it. You're Chase Young. You can't get to him. Like, make him feel it once. It's not the worst thing. It's first and goal anyway. So they were there.
He moved his hands. He landed on him like this. What was he supposed to do? Like, get him and turn him? Like, that's almost more dangerous for the knee. I
don't like the like, oh, he landed on him weird or he hit him too high. Or I don't like all that stuff in the NFL. You got to get rid of that stuff, in my opinion. If it's a late hit, that's fine. It's a late hit, but let him hit him wherever he wants. Like, if he's not getting the ball out in time, let him hit him wherever he wants.
I saw it the first time it happened.
Yeah, you definitely can't play as reckless, and that's what happened. Like, that took Clay Matthews out of the game.
Danny Dimes!
Oh, let's go.
This game started so terrible for me. Heinicke goes 3 and out. And Daniel Jones leads him down the field and scores a rushing touchdown on top of it, screwing my prize pick, my regular picks. Goodness.
I should have had him as a fantasy over. I have him as a passing yards over. It looks like he's out here just running on him. You don't even need a pass.
Hey, that adds another. I think people underestimate his legs. Like, Daniel Jones has some athleticism. He has a little bit in him. And knock what you want. If he holds on to the damn ball, he could be a good quarterback.
Well, this is something that I was thinking about because I have Saquon in 2 leagues, and I think next week will be a nice week for him to take off. I forget who they're playing, but week 3, he's going to get an extended break because they're playing on Thursday night. But I want the Giants to at least win some games and not fall too far behind in the NFC East. Because at some point, maybe they just say, like, hey, if we're going to give this guy another contract, we're going to have more money. Like, let's just shut him down week 13, 14. And then all of a sudden, I don't have my first or second round pick. Like in the one league that I got him in, the second league I got him because he fell to this middle of the second round because everybody was panicking on whether or not he was going to play. The draft happened right after some news came out saying, Saquon may not start week 1. And then all of a sudden you just saw him just going like this. He came back around. I was like, well, I'm getting Saquon as the 16th pick in the draft. Like, I'm taking.
That's how I got Zeke. So let's see if he can do something.
No. Well, I'm good with Zeke too. I think Zeke's going to be just fine against my Chargers this weekend.
Oh, that's right. I got Zeke and Eckler in the league together, so let's see how that goes.
It'll be a big game for you. 1:25 kickoff time. I'm excited about that game. The DeMarcus Lawrence news came out today, which sucks for him. The broken foot, he's out. Great player, great pass rusher. Cowboys are going to be a little hurting.
A little easier for the Chargers now.
What if he just owns, like, Joe, can you just create a meme, like, at some point during this game of Daniel Jones with just, like, Chase Young as his baby? You know how those memes are popular? Like, he just owns, whenever they do that, when you own somebody and they make a little picture of a cute baby photo?
But really, because this would make, if he wins this one, they pull this one out, yeah, he would be 3-0 against Chase Young.
5-0. Oh, 3-0 against Chase Young, yeah.
Chase Young. But he'll be owning Washington.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I don't know, 7-0 Daniel Jones. I got him in fantasy. The war of attrition, just put it on the board, put some points on the board. And then he was part of that big trade that I made, remember?
Yeah.
That was my guy. I gave him to for the Derrick Henry package. See how that goes on Sunday.
I heard someone say that Danny Dimes is just a worse Lamar Jackson.
You're right. Same old sports. He is the discount version. He's the 2-stripe Adidas that you get from Payless. But yeah, I could see it. Very athletic. sometimes questionable with the decision making from the pocket. But I have another theory that I'm baking up about the Ravens. That it's not fully baked yet, but it's a theory that I'm gonna save till after the Chiefs Ravens game. But that's another game.
Who beat the Ravens this week? Did the Ravens win?
No,
I believe the Las Vegas team.
Yeah,
them
the
out.
Warriors won. We watched the game.
Yeah. He's just messing with you, Jake. He knows it was the greatest night of his life when they didn't choke on national television.
Tell him who won.
The Warriors.
Oh, you poisoned your child. Are you kidding me? Jake, I'm so sorry.
Oh, it reminds me of that movie Big Daddy. If y'all seen that from back,
Yeah.
Sally.
The Golden Jets. I think that's the first movie we've both ever seen. Every time I reference a movie, you're like, never seen it.
Well, Mike's not on here, so you can reference all kinds of stuff, and people will probably get it.
Well, no, Jay's also not like, even though he's closer in age, he still hasn't seen a lot of the movies I reference.
I also have Logan Thomas going in one of my leagues.
I do too.
I like him, man. I don't think Logan Thomas gets the respect that people give these other tight ends. Like when we put a thing on the Warzone Instagram about who's a better tight end or who's going to have a better season, Logan Thomas or TJ Hawkinson, and people just went off on Logan Thomas, and they were like, "It's TJ Hawkinson for sure." I think it's a little bit closer than people realize, especially with the quarterback change.
Well, see, it's not Logan Thomas's fault. It's Terrell Pryor's fault. People say, "Oh, we've seen quarterbacks try to pass catchers didn't work with Terrell Pryor for longer than a season," and now they're making that they're blaming like Logan Thomas for what this man couldn't do just because we haven't seen it a lot. So I think Logan Thomas will be just fine. I got him in a lot of leagues. And got him in our league, Warzone. So
Taylor.
And I think he did finish as the number 4 fantasy tight end last year. I understand TJ Hawkinson and Jared Goff, they're going to have their little connection, but
I think
Logan
Thomas was like 7 or so, and Hawkinson was 3. Here's the thing that you got to look at. The talent around Thomas is greater than the talent around Hawkinson.
Yes.
Hawkinson's the number 1 option. I can argue that Logan Thomas, when Curtis Samuel is back, is the number 4 option on the team. So that's why I think if you're talking about fantasy, like I always like to clarify, are we talking about fantasy or are we talking about real football? Because if we're talking about real football, then maybe Logan Thomas is a greater piece to the team because he's additional. You're going to use him for blocking. You're going to use him, as somebody to get open, to scheme open behind McLaurin, behind Curtis Samuel or Antonio Gibson. But not like in Detroit. What are we talking about? Khalif Raymond, Cephas, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm starting Amon-Ra St. Brown in a league because he plays on Monday night this week.
Yeah.
And I love having players on Monday night. I love it.
Ty Williams might be back.
I agree with Tony.
Hey, you can't be agreeing with Tony.
Jake, you're going to come to realize this. I'm a very smart man. It's easy to agree with me. But I appreciate that. Joe, how are these comments? I see a bunch of comments floating in. Should I be honest?
We got them all. We're up to date on them.
All right. Just making sure. It's just me because I'm not
Yeah, you're not tech savvy or whatever you want to call it.
No, I had the wrong thing. I still had the brand button open. Prospects. There it is. You already Mike's already looking good on his Daniel Jones.
Yeah, how many did he have that first?
I think he has more than 22 because that run was what 14, and then he had a 16-yard or 6-yard touchdown or whatever. So we're looking at how many yards does he have on the first drive?
Probably like around 20, right?
I'm gonna pull it up.
He's close.
Yeah, I'm sure he's probably in the 24 range, 20 to 24 yards.
Sing a song, Jake.
That's not even a song.
You can sing a song.
They're showing Nick Saban and how successful.
Oh yeah, yes, 21 yards rushing.
21 yards. Good for him.
If Mike made this pick, though, he might need that 1 yard for the whole entire game. And
well, that's what happened to us with Derek Carr on Monday night. Derek Carr was over under 6.5. He finished with 6.
Yeah, I know. Mike needed Lamar to get like 1 yard for like a long time, and he never got it. And then he fumbled, and it was really over. But yeah, we'll see. Daniel Jones.
I needed a big game from him on Monday night, and I got it. It just wasn't big enough. I needed 27 points, and he got me 26.
Oh, Derek Carr?
Yeah. So
he
again,
got me like 29, I think, on Monday because they had the +3 for over 100 passing yards.
In my world, Derek Carr always comes up short. As far as I'm concerned, he's always a bridesmaid.
So same old sport. He is a Giants fan, remember. So he says he needs the Giants to win because he needs some type of joy from his team.
That's nice.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm sitting next to a Super Bowl champion. He wants to show you his ring. You got to show the camera up here.
Ooh. Hang on. No, leave it there for a second. You got 2 of them?
He actually has 2, but he broke one.
Don't be greedy, bro. Don't be stealing rings from all the other kids.
Here's one. Jacob plays flag football, so
there it is. Domination, the only kind.
Flag football for the youth in America, or wherever you are. I don't know.
I hope that I want to live long enough. Would you guys be interested in watching football if it was like still these athletes, but they were playing in like it was the best athletes, but they were playing in some sort of like simulator where they couldn't get hurt, but then we saw it still like real football on the TV like this, but they weren't actually in something where they could get hurt. They could still feel reality. Yeah, like they could feel like the compression or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like if there's a way we could put them in some sort of like futuristic suits and bubbles and whatever else, but then we saw the actual final product looked like what we.
You're saying the linemen still are making the blocks?
No. You still only have your athletic ability. There's no like video game to this. What I'm saying is like it is virtual reality, but they're playing the game in a way that they can't get injured. I hate injuries. Like it's just a bummer.
Imagine Tom Brady in that situation. He'll never leave. He'll be playing when he's 60 years old.
Well, no, because at some point he just athletically won't be able to do it anymore.
Well, if you're on a treadmill, like those treadmill virtual realities, he just stands in the pocket. If he takes a sack, who cares? You know, it's virtual reality. He takes it like, all right, I took a sack, and then I'm diming people while my line blocks me. Just got a great offensive line. Tom Brady plays to 75.
Yeah, but at some point he's not going to be able to.
Football's football. I don't care what they're doing. I'll be watching it.
I want some way, or like maybe like in a, I don't know, like maybe they just like get bionic parts. Like they have the option. They're just like, yeah, I tore my ACL. Just give me like a new.
They made a movie about that actually.
Cyborg.
Rocket Island. Like they cloned the NFL players, and then when they need like a body part or anything, they just like take it from their clone and give it to them. It's like a whole movie they made about that. But
get out of here! What?
Yeah, it's a real movie. I seen it in class. Like it was like a class I took. It was crazy. It's a real movie though.
You need to get your money back if they're showing you that movie in class. It's called Rocket Island.
Rocket Island. Have you heard of it?
I haven't heard of it. There's a good reason I haven't heard of it. You can't name one actor in that movie.
Terry Crews, I think, was in that. I don't know if it was Terry Crews. I don't know. Such a long time ago.
This is the Matrix. You just don't know it.
Yeah, you just don't know. You never want to see an injury, and when they bring the card out, it's never good, right?
No,
never good.
It's a Tony's point. He was done.
Well, I mean, actually,
it's what happened in Tony's world.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Let's continue to explore my stupid theories.
Well, no, to Joe's point, just in general, he said as long as it's football, I'll tell you. Last week, I watched David Byrd, the rapper, play Marshawn Lynch. Football player in Madden, and I watched the whole game, and it was very enjoyable. So I will watch any kind of football. It could be video game, it could be simulation, it could be real, it could be Rocket Island. It doesn't matter. I'll watch any football game.
We've had Madden tournaments on the Warzone channel, and people have turned in. Like It doesn't matter. Just play the game. People are going to tune in for football.
Yep,
Well,
I agree.
You know what's kind of funny? I've been having this thought, but I haven't said it out loud. Okay. So this was something I was going to bring up to Joe and Mike in a meeting, and I haven't. But I'll just throw it out there because I think Joe might actually enjoy this idea, and it doesn't really matter. Who cares about anything anymore? I think that the Warzone, should sponsor. Like, we should invest in like a Madden football team for the Warzone sport. Like, we should find a way to like sponsor a Madden football team that like competes in tournaments or leagues or whatever it is. Like, let's get into the virtual business where it's like, oh, we got a team. They're playing in this tournament, this league, whatever it is. Because I know that Mike had a Madden league, right?
Yeah.
And how do we get in? How do we get in on this business? Like, how do we get in on the virtual gaming world where we become owners of a Madden franchise team and we just help them move their way up the ranks until they're playing and dominating on national television? How do we do that?
Easy for us. Have me play.
There it is.
There you go.
You got a player already.
What position would you like to play on the Madden team?
I would say quarterback.
Okay, that's a big position. It's a lot of responsibility. Are you up for that?
Yeah, I get dwell over a kid's head in flag football.
Yeah.
We're talking about video.
Oh. But you can shorten it where it hits the stomach for me.
Okay, what quarterback are you choosing to run the
Which
team with?
quarterback?
Now, think about it.
You got to pick one quarterback in the NFL. Who are you taking?
Tom Brady.
A good choice.
I like it.
That's a good choice. Yeah, that's a good choice. If you'd have said Derek Carr, I would have said you're going to have to find another team to quarterback our virtual team for. But you made the right choice. Tom Brady's a good decision.
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, the cards have certain like overalls depending on what they do in real life. Right now, Tom Brady's card in Madden's like 88, which is like one of like the higher ones. Vince Young's like a 90. Yeah, so it really, I think Derek Carr, like they have him like a 7.
Why would you even bring up Vince Young? The guy hasn't played. He's probably like waiting tables somewhere. Like, I have no idea.
He's probably the second most used quarterback and the first most used quarterback as of last week in Madden. There's just a new quarterback. I think Matt Stafford came out after his great game or whatever, better. But and Zach Wilson now is like a super good quarterback. They just came out yesterday. I'm just keeping you updated with Madden, Tony Tucker. That's all I'm doing.
Zach Wilson's a super good quarterback in Madden.
He's the best quarterback in Madden as of yesterday. They just updated him to like a 90.
So what do you think? You think he broke his
foot? You're killing me, Saquon.
You think he broke his leg?
Oh my! I didn't talk about Saquon. Saquon's all right?
I'm talking about the lineman. You guys think he broke his leg? Because I was looking at him when he was getting wheeled off when you were talking, and he had that big old air cast on him. So
I don't. You know how I feel about this. I almost vomited when I saw Dak's injury last year. Like, as soon as there's anything even close to that, I just look away. I can't handle it. Like,
Barkley the GOAT.
The Conor McGregor fight, when we were on here watching together and he stepped back, I almost threw up on my microphone. I'm like, I can't watch it. It's disgusting.
Gordon
people even benched Saquon today and watched this run and were like, damn it.
Why would you? I mean, I get Tony's point when he said why he bet, but I always chase upside, so I would never bench Saquon. I have him in all my leagues, but I get why Tony benched him because the floor. But I just chase upside. I don't really care about floor. I'd rather him have a 4-point game.
Yeah.
With the possibility of him having like 30, than play someone's gonna have like 12. So
he has 46 yards rushing right now.
That's all he needed.
The worst feeling for me ever is when I start one of my big name players and I'm heading into the weekend and I'm looking from Friday, Saturday, Sunday morning. I'm looking at it. He has 4.8 points. I hate it. I can't handle it.
I had negative 1.6 on Thursday night, and I still beat Joe Morley by like 50. So,
well, yes, because you draft people like Ronald Jones. I would never do anything like that.
I traded. I got him in a trade.
Whatever. You acquired him in some fashion. I would never do anything like that.
I started him on accident. On top of it, he's my bye week backup. I'm starting him again this week because Kyle Allen. I don't know if he's going to play today.
I wouldn't. You can't. In my world, you can't start him by accident because you never have him.
That's true.
Tony, nobody wants to hear any theories. Okay.
What do you mean nobody wants to hear any theories?
Everybody just want to watch football. Okay.
If you don't want to hear theories, I'm going to tell you right now, I could just check out of this because I'm just full of theories. That's all I got.
Theories. You don't
That's
got
all I got is theories.
Talk to him about?
Tony's a physical therapist.
A physical therapist.
The Washington football team has a total of -3 yards in this game. So the Giants 120. So good job. Heinicke's doing great, I think, in the first quarter of this game.
Now, it is a short week. New quarterback under center. I mean, he's not really a new quarterback, but I think people underestimated the Giants' defense too. The Giants' defense is really good. It's really good.
Except for when they play the Hall of Famer Teddy Bridgewater. They weren't good last week. I mean, I get what you're saying.
Week one.
It's week one. They are good. I do believe that they're good. And Teddy Bridgewater takes a little bit of flack. He's a good NFL quarterback and he has good weapons. Well, like, so does Heinicke. He's good. He's got good weapons. Let's go. That's a false start. Come on.
Let's go. False start's even better. Daniel Jones gets a chance to throw more instead of handing it off.
I'm already gonna get into this. You guys are getting me riled up with all this Heinicke hate. Where's all my Washington football team?
It's not even hate. It's just being realistic.
Calling Scotty for reinforcements in the second
Yesterday in our group chat, I was like, he must be some college star. Why everyone's hyping him up so much? I just seen he's an undrafted quarterback from Old Dominion. Why are people hyping this guy up? He's never been a great.
Not only that, he's like 28 and was like living with his mom before he got drafted, and like don't look at that part of the story. It only looks better when he succeeds, and the Washington football team is 10-7 this year because he was great.
Tony, you were right. It was a false dart.
I'm from the future, Jake. I'm from the future, bro.
You're gonna blow his mind right now. Just call every play before it happens, Sonny. Just blow his mind off.
I would never do that. Me and Jake are buds. What are you talking about? We're both on the Washington football team.
I like the Washington football team. Just when they had a quarterback.
Things we like entertaining people. Mr. Beastburger, making YouTube videos. Jake, stop me when I'm wrong. See, he didn't stop me.
I'm a little older, but the Backyardigans, that was my jam, Jake. You should look into that old school kids cartoons. The Backyardigans had like real life jams. It wasn't like corny stuff.
Oh, I picked up the Washington. Joe, here's another thing. Joe, you remember how you were like, Tony, why do you do this whole defensive thing? Why do you stream? Why do you whatever? In one of my leagues, somebody dropped the Washington football defense because they were upset. And guess who got them when I didn't draft the defense? Now, I didn't waste a pick. I have that defense. Somebody in another league dropped the Cleveland Browns defense. Somebody in another league dropped the Bucks defense. And I picked all these defenses up. And in week one, I streamed the Carolina Panthers like I said I would in 5 out of 8 leagues. And they got me a bunch of points like I said they would. And now I got solid defenses all around, except for the Colts one in our league. I'm a little worried.
I just picked up the Bengals defense to play in one of my leagues.
I saw that. That was in ours, right? That's in the Warzone League. I was like, Joe's playing with fire. He won't draft Joe Mixon, but he'll pick up the Bengals defense. Like, this dude is just a gambler.
Why do people hate on the Bucks? That's what I'm thinking.
Hate on the Bucks?
Yeah.
Because
like they won last week.
He's the worst.
Fantasy, though.
Tom Brady.
Nobody likes Tom Brady.
I love Tom Brady. My favorite player of all time, by far, hands down.
Jake, you're the only person I enjoy having multiple rings. Brett Favre didn't get a second ring, therefore
you're the only person he likes having 2 Super Bowl rings.
Yeah.
If you have more than 2 Super Bowl rings, he don't like you.
Didn't Brett Favre also have a bunch of turnovers too?
I'm a communist football fan.
Share the wealth.
Didn't Brett Favre also have like a million turnovers like Daniel Jones in his career?
He had a lot of interceptions. I'm going to explain this to you right now. If you ever compare Daniel Jones and Brett Favre in a conversation again, it's the last conversation you and I will ever have.
Or before we make that rule, Daniel Jones is 1 Super Bowl went away from being better than Brett Favre, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens with
Daniel Jones. Hang on. Daniel Jones has several Levi's commercials, Copperfit commercials, Silver Fox. He's so far out of Brett
Couple
Favre.
text messages away from being
Exactly.
Brett Favre.
I'm gonna make some calls to the Copperfield people, have someone buy them out, and hire Daniel Jones as their spokesperson, just so we can have this on the even playing field.
I don't think Daniel Jones has what it takes to be in commercials.
He doesn't at all. He does. He's like a lesser Eli Manning in every way. Quarterback, like personality, like it's
brother. Well, he's a lesser brother if you think about it. Who's Daniel Jones' brother? It's not Peyton Manning caliber.
No,
sure.
He's not even.
They should make a kid NFL so we can actually start tackle people.
Well, Jake was very impressed with. To go off topic, Jake was very impressed with the Nickelodeon wild card game that they did last year when they did the slime when people scored. And Jake said they should do it every week instead of just for the playoffs.
I agree. Gabby was on that. Gabby, another dude from the NFL. Gabby Nevaeh and the other dude, I forgot his name.
Well, Nate Burleson was on.
Nate Burleson and Gabby Nevaeh did an amazing job on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, they had
to attack your youth. To get to the youth of to America, the guys that you want to play the game, that's one way to do it.
I know. I loved it. The interviews I think were better than some of the other networks that were like for adults, quote unquote.
I was gonna say I'd probably watch every game on Nickelodeon over.
Yeah, I would. I'd watch their.
If Joe Buck's calling a game, I'll go to Nickelodeon.
For sure. They should do NBA games, actually. That would also be a lot better what we have right now. But, yeah, I'm all for that. The slime was fun. The people commentating were fun. It was just a lot more fun, less serious. But Tony Romo, I'll take over all of them still. But everyone else, I'm good. I'm good with them.
I think they should do with Nickelodeon. Instead of real football, they should record little kids playing flag football. And then edit them and put it on Nickelodeon.
That'd be cool.
So now you're coming up with theories, and you just told Tony no theories.
What's going on, bro? I thought we canceled the theories. I have like a whole list of theories right here. I'm just about to pick one up.
You can tell them.
You ready for my next theory? I got a whole page of them right here.
Okay.
I don't.
Woo!
Ooh.
Jake, I don't write anything down. Everything that I say comes straight out of my brain.
Are we good with the single-digit numbers now? You guys used to it now?
I'm not used to it, but I like it. I like it a lot.
Tyler Heinicke finally completes a pass, and it's to neither Logan Thomas or Terry McLaurin.
Hey, Dominic Brown's good.
I like those. I haven't been Fantasy League too, but I have Terry McLaurin and Logan Thomas and way more, so...
Yeah, I have McLaurin in a league, and he's not targeting him because Bradbury's on him. But so that pass, Jay.
Yeah.
That wasn't a good pass either.
It wasn't way over his head.
It was above his head and behind him, and Brown made a really nice adjustment midair and a nice catch. That wasn't a good ball. I'm not happy.
That could have been a pick too.
Because part of the thing that I liked about him was he was at least accurate and he was mobile and using his athleticism. He's not using his athleticism at all in this game.
Was this in college or where are we really basing this? Like he said 2 starts in the NFL so far?
I based it on 1 start against the Bucs. I based it all on 1 start against the Bucs.
Hey, before Washington signed Ryan Fitzpatrick, they signed Heinicke to an extension, remember?
Yes,
and all Washington fans were high on him.
First down.
They were all high on him.
Chase Young came out and said that they should sign him. Terry McLaurin said that he wanted him to be the quarterback this year in the offseason. There was I forget who it was. It wasn't Logan Thomas. There was another player they had. I don't even know if he's with the team anymore. But he was saying that he should get a shot to be quarterback. Here's the thing.
They're friends, Tony. What do you want to say?
They're friends. You think that these guys hang out with him? Taylor Heinicke, he almost got canceled for a Trump, a pro-Trump tweet that he put out. The world was trying to cancel
the
him.
media. Yeah, the world and the media can cancel him. But if you're in the locker room, you've been on sports teams. Those are your brothers. Those are your.
But you don't let the locker room curate your roster.
Yeah, that's why you got front office and coaches, and that's why DeAndre Jordan's not on the Clippers anymore, and all these players, gone.
But don't you think that there's something to wanting to play with a guy? I'm not saying that you should base it on that. I'm saying if the
No, there's
star
something
players,
to it.
if the star players on your team are saying, hey, we can win with this guy, we should give him a shot, that's a good thing. I'm not saying they should make the roster, but it's a positive
I agree.
thing. It's better than Chase Young saying, oh, we barely lost to the Bucks with this dollar store quarterback. We should move on from him. Like he could have. They didn't have to say anything positive. It wasn't like they said, hey, we need quotes on Taylor Heinicke. They're like, who?
I just think, I see a lot of times where there's a guy, he's kind of like, declining and stuff, and the players are like, no, we love this guy. He's a great guy. So, I mean, I think that does speak well to, like, Taylor Heinicke as a person and who he is. So I have nothing against him as a person, but as a quarterback, I don't think he's a guy you want on, Thursdays, Sundays, Mondays.
I think you're wrong.
We'll see. We'll see. Kyle Allen season coming soon. So we're back to Fitz.
Hey, you're on Kyle Allen. Kyle Allen's had his chances. He had his chance in Carolina. He had his chance in Washington when he first came over.
Well, Kyle Allen, this is the thing about Kyle Allen is that he's played more than 2 games in the NFL. He's been with Ron Rivera for a while. At least you know what you're going to get with Kyle Allen, and it's slightly above mediocrity, but at least it's not terrible. Kyle Allen will do okay. He'll if your defense plays great, he can get you some wins. If the defense doesn't play great, you'll probably lose. But
you're getting 30 points from Heinicke tonight.
30 fantasy?
No, you're getting the football team's going to put 30 points.
I am rooting for Heinicke. I have him throwing an interception today.
You guys want to hear more of the theory?
Yes, I want to hear more theories. What's up,
more theories.
It's the same theory, but I think another one called Nick Wetton with the team up with the NFL and make all the flag football games on there.
So you're still talking about the Nickelodeon stuff.
Nickelodeon flag football.
I'm with it for you. I'm probably never gonna watch anything the Nickelodeon stuff or any of that, right? Like it's just that was not made for me. I showed my son, who's not into sports, he wasn't impressed. My nephew watched it, and he was like, that's okay. My nephew plays football. Like he's a big time athlete.
Good.
My son was like, no.
Jake likes it because they had SpongeBob, and he can do a good SpongeBob impression.
There it is. All right, coming to you next Saturday is Hoove and Jake's just an impression.
It's your boy Hoove does a good Gruden. I'll tell you that.
He does do a good John Gruden. He does all of his impressions are good. He's always having fun.
Hey, Andy was singing. He had some pipes. Yeah, that's what I
was talking about, that Cherry or whatever.
He sang the song that I sing to my wife. I didn't comment on it, but I'm not happy about it.
What song is that? Cherry? I don't know. He was singing it. That's an impression, but he was singing it.
It's Frankie Valli. It's Sherry.
Oh, that's right. That's funny. I didn't understand the context.
Sing right now, Tony.
What?
Yeah.
Sing the song.
Frankie Valentine or whatever guy's song.
You guys are not my wife. You're not getting that version. You don't get that. You don't flex the falsetto for a bunch of strangers.
Well, the thing is that I don't understand why. What happened before or after to make him sing that song? That's the part I didn't understand.
Oh, I think a lot of us are going to find out there's not a ton of reasoning for a lot of things that he does.
I think
it's kind of like a moment to moment. He kind of goes with the flow and he has fun. He's funny. I don't know if he's ever taken improv classes, but he should, or he should join an improv team because I think he would be very good at it.
Tony.
Yes.
You know what would be a good show?
What
It
is
would
that?
be called Tony and Jacob's Theory of Football.
I'm in. I'm all about theories and
Theories are fun.
football. Also,
we're actually thinking about I was actually thinking about recording Jake doing his pick'ems because Jake has some wild thoughts about who wins some of these games.
Well, our friend over at Say It Out Loud Sports, Pat, he does a pick'em against his kids, and his kids beat him last year. I think you should do ones with your kids weekly, record it, and I bet you that Jake crushes you in it. I bet you pick 5 games, and then he gets to pick. You got to pick the spread, though. Pick against the spread. Because that's going to mess your dad up even more. He's going to be in his head.
Hey, yeah, you're right. I suck against the spread. I can't do it. I can't do the spread.
Hey, Jake, who you got, Texans or Browns this week?
I'll probably say Browns. The Texans.
Ooh.
Hey, he better sit the Browns because I have the Browns in my one strike league. So let's go Browns.
Texans, but Jake, the Browns lost this week.
Yeah, you can't do the same team as me. You had to go against me.
I know, but I'm in that one. I'm taking the Browns.
Jake, the Browns lost last week and the Texans won by a lot. I'm taking the Texans. You ask Joe Morley, or your father. I got the Texans beating the Browns. Am I the only one that picked that, by the way? Because now I'm thinking that a lot of people probably took the Browns.
I haven't got all the picks in for this week, but
you picked the Texans against the Browns?
Yeah, I got the Texans beating the Browns. I think
they got some off the wall stuff.
No, I know.
My most off the wall thought of last week was Saints over the Packers, and look how that turned out. I'm just going with my gut now. I'm not.
Hey, you were the only one to pick the Saints, huh?
No, I switched it when I printed it. I ended up taking the Packers. I second guessed myself because I was like, no, they don't have Michael Thomas. That's stupid.
So hey guys, is anybody still watching the game with me?
Yeah, I'm still watching it.
We're a little behind you.
I know.
I know. I see the way that you're.
Oh, touchdown, Washington!
What?
Let's go, Terry McLaurin.
Terry McLaurin.
Let's go.
Watch this.
Touchdown.
He's just like,
touchdown.
Doesn't
I
even.
knew the Washingtons were gonna get a touchdown soon.
Let's go. My 4th, 5th round pick, Terry McLaurin, is coming to help week 2, baby. Let's go, Tony Tucker.
I'm gonna do a quick little look at my fantasy squad here. I have McLaurin and Washington football team against one of my oldest friends, and I know that if they do bad, I will receive a text message. But if they do good, it'll be silence till Sunday.
Silence is sometimes golden.
We're already at 22 points. 16 out of McLaurin. 5 of 6.
Mike on the mic says, hi, Jacob.
Hi, Mike.
You send me a link to buy that shirt. No, but I could get you one at Kohl's. See, this shirt, I never buy new clothes, ever. But I was like in the middle. We had to go buy my son some clothes because the kid's growing like insanely fast. And we were out shopping for him, and all the way across the other end of the store, I said, I don't know what that is, but if it's in my size, I'm going to buy it. I love this thing. Touchdown watch. Heinicke throwing some darts. Let's get this comment on the screen from my boy Alex Robson. Alex, every once in a while says things that are really smart and right. And in this case, he is saying something smart and correct. Taylor Heinicke
a dart, though. I don't know if that was a dart.
Dart. What do you mean you don't know if that was a dart?
That was a dart. He kind of had to like jump up and like kind of get it like this. It wasn't like he hit it right. You know what I'm saying? Like in his numbers or something. Like I don't know. But I will celebrate the touchdown because Terry McLaurin's my guy, so I'm celebrating the touchdown. I shot him out in a song on top of that. Oh, Jake got something said Robson. That's it.
Hey, Alex, how about Sam Darnold?
Oh, Robson's getting trolled by a 7-year-old.
Oh, actually.
Sammy Darnold.
Sam Darnold, the GOAT. Brian Bolster. Brian, hey, I don't know if you guys saw the return of Poopy Pants of the week.
Poopy Pants of the week is one of my favorite things. I'm so glad that Bolster provides that public service to America.
I forgot. I gotta go back. I'll probably cut it out and put it on our Instagram tomorrow. I forgot to do that. I forgot that it was there, but
we shall. I can go get it. I have to step aside, make a call to my wife, find out what's going on. But I just want to let you guys know that Taylor Heinicke just arrived. Confidence is building. It's like
he's been around. It's just not good. We're not mad about
president.
All of a
Shoot
sudden,
up the
we're up
next
here, and you
great
can't even see
quarterback.
me. And then Heinicke for the win. Sucker.
The
Taylor
NFL should be
Heinicke.
promoting both of these guys right here. This is the future of the NFL. Heinicke and Daniel Jones.
Not Patrick Mahomes. That's not.
Patrick who?
Like I also bought these like super sweet
said
LeBron
Patrick
James shorts
Mahomes.
with the number 6. I'm already ready for the NBA season. I'm having a private conversation with Mike about my wardrobe. He likes the shirt, my
It's a good
shirt.
shirt.
It's like the
If
first
you
shirt I
have
bought for
Scary
myself
Terry
in like
today-
4 years.
If you have Scary Terry in fantasy, you're doing
Yeah.
excellent right now.
Yes,
What
I
is
do. I picked. Oh no, I just shot him out New York. We come in. But But yeah, Terry, I picked him up in like the 4th or 5th round because he had a bad week 1 in a late round league. This shirt, that shirt is fire. I'm saying thank you on behalf of Tony Tucker.
I think Mike is talking about this shirt, the Warzone Sports Network. You guys can pick this shirt up at the WarzoneSportsNetwork.com. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I got to. I'm gonna do that this week actually. Look at that wasn't a jar though. Yeah, I'm about to. I didn't even know those shirts. I'm about to pop one up.
I order one this size.
Yep.
I
We're
like
gonna
it.
make one for you, Jake. Giants are getting the ball back. Come on, Giants.
Oh wait, no, I did see the shirts like a long time ago actually. I did see.
There's all kinds of shirts over there.
Yeah, I think I do remember that.
We got some Mike on the mic stuff. We got one that says not everybody can beat Tony Tucker. That's one of my favorite ones.
I could probably beat Tony Tucker in a match of football.
Nope, nobody can beat Tony Tucker. It's only one Tony Tucker.
The only person who could beat Tony Tucker is probably Tony Tucker's evil twin.
If you guys are just tuning in, we're watching the Washington football team take on the New York Giants. It is 7-7. Giants looked like they had a good thing going and stopping Washington because before that last drive, Washington had -3 total yards, right? And then they went down and just drove, scored the touchdown. So now it's 7-7. The chat is free. Go ahead and throw whatever you guys want in the chat. You guys got fantasy questions. You guys have regular questions. You guys want to talk about anything, Dr. Pepper, Coke, we're a Pepsi guy, Coke, Pepsi, whatever. We'll talk about whatever you want. It's just like us sitting on the couch right next to you watching this game, having a great time. We will not show the game because we cannot do that because YouTube will take us down quick. But we'll talk about the big plays like that one right now. Daniel Jones getting sacked again on a big 3rd and 3. But yeah, we're just here having a great time.
And that guy showing the ball, his hand was a bottle.
Yeah, I've seen that too. The water bottle and the camera.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, that was funny. Me and Jake, see, we catch on to these things, like these little
You guys
observations.
are catching the little stuff that I'm missing.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
the guy was like the water bottle right in the camera while this play's happening.
But like
Who's
this.
that? So, yeah, we all knew this Washington defensive line is amazing, and the one thing that New York doesn't have for them is an offensive line. And I feel like Dave Gettleman should be getting a lot more heat than he does because that offensive line was screwed up when he got there, and he hasn't done anything to improve it since.
And no Saquon on that drive too.
Washington just kicked the ball,
No.
and Washington just got it.
Oh, yeah. It was a punt by New York.
Washington starting to drive, yeah.
When the Washington is done getting water, they better score a touchdown.
So are they going to score a touchdown on this drive? What do you think?
Yeah.
So Jake's calling another touchdown on this drive.
I can see it. I can see. Good call, Jake. I can see that. Terry
We'll see.
McLaurin.
If it's a Logan Thomas, I'll be good. I want a Logan Thomas, TD.
Yeah, I do too. Logan Thomas and Terry McLaurin, I'm good. Even Gibson, I'll take a Gibson touchdown. There's so many Washington football players that I have not named Tyler Heinicke.
It's funny because when you think about the Washington offense, we're like, oh, it's not that great of an offense. But then you start naming the players, and you're like, okay, actually they have some players over there. They got some like this everybody's saying they're a quarterback away. If Heinicke can be that guy and he can get the confidence and just not turn the ball over and make the plays when they need it, hey, it works out.
This is a bad division.
There's a reason they're not going after Cam Newton. Ron Rivera had Cam Newton. I think he knows that Cam's done.
Yeah, unfortunately. I thought that'd be a good look, because, Ron Rivera, Cam Newton needs a place to be. They need a quarterback. But if he doesn't go to the Washington football team, it looks like his career may be done, unfortunately. Great career he had. But yeah, I think the Washington football team, as long as they can hang around the playoff picture by the time Fitz comes back, Fitz opted out of the surgery, so.
So Kyle's saying that Mike is the GOAT. Oh, Kyle. Kyle. It's because you just haven't got to know me yet. You're letting Mike brainwash you with all his TikToks and stuff.
The goats are right here. The people who are speaking and the person sitting next to me.
See? Jake knows. Say it again. Say it louder, Jake.
The goats are right here.
The goats are right here. That's right. Coming in here trying to disrespect us. Ain't nobody want to talk about Mike on the mic. He ain't here. You see him here? Jay, you see Mike here?
No.
I don't see him here specifically.
Goats right here, Thursday Night Football. Warzone Sports Network. I wonder if did you see last week at FedEx, the stadium that they're in right now, the pipes busted? Did you see that? Have you seen videos on that?
No.
I have not.
So there was people sitting there, and they were all over TikTok, and they were sitting there, and something busted above them, and it was sewage water falling on the fans.
You better get a refund.
I guess they moved them all to a suite, hooked them all up, gave them tickets to other games and stuff like that. So they did. They made it nice, but I would still be like really, really upset.
Yeah. Kyle, Mike told him to say that. But yeah, I know they do that. They give you other games, but it's life, I guess.
Mike, there's a reason Mike's not here because he's suspended again. No, I don't know. It's all good. Oh.
Come on, Washington. I knew.
Ooh, that's a big hit. Did you see that hit on Williams?
Yeah. Yeah. Helmet to helmet contact, personal foul.
He could have still got out of the.
Yeah, there we go. They just put that graphic up we were talking about. The -3 yards for the first 2 drives and then 90 yards on the last drive. Jacob is he's not a Washington fan, but he is tonight. Ooh. I don't know.
They just took a reception away from my guy. Oh, that was a bad pass again. They just took a reception away from Logan Thomas. I know you're talking about you want some Logan Thomas fantasy stats, but they just took that away with that personal foul. So I don't think he's doing anything. And Terry McLaurin had if he sort of thrown that ball in the right spot, that's a nice little secure catch.
I don't know. You can go both ways, and I'm glad they didn't call pass interference, but back in last year they would have probably called that, or 2 years ago they would have called that.
So quote to Tom,
like letting them play just a little bit more this year on the pass interference.
Well, it's like what Tom Brady said. You can't bail out the quarterbacks in the offense. That's a bad throw. You can't bail them out with that call. I think, last year they may have called that. They're doing that in the NBA. I don't like when the refs are bailing out bad offense, and that's what that would have been.
Come on.
So good call.
Washington. Do a one.
Heinicke is missing some of these guys. These are wide open. Thomas right there was wide open. He threw it high again.
Yeah,
that's true. Because Scary Terry was open to play before, and he threw it high.
Yeah.
Put it in there. What is he doing?
Yeah, I don't know. Kyle Allen is knocking on the door.
I got 3rd and 22 on my screen. They threw a little.
I did too.
Bat down to little McKissick. What did he get? About 10 yards. So 4th down.
Antonio Gibson to get 18 yards, and he's not doing anything today. He's not even in the game.
You guys should have made him one longer.
J.D. McKissick, man, he's out here.
Hey, so Jabril Peppers is one of the guys that was involved in the Odell Beckham trade, and I don't know. The more that Odell Beckham doesn't play, the more the Giants won that trade.
Yeah, at this point, if the Giants have anyone playing, they've won that trade, especially when it's a guy like Jabril Peppers. So, because the trade's been a while, and OBJ unfortunately hasn't done anything yet. But I think this is his season to do something. But the Giants definitely so far have won that trade. Or at least you can say they both won if OBJ balls out this season. Yeah.
Got a false start.
4th and 15, so Washington's going to punt. His name is Tressway?
Yeah, Tressway.
Tressway is the punter.
Yeah, Tressway.
How many tacos do you want? Tressway?
It's good. Took me a second. I like it.
Yeah, I got that from the compas. They were there last week, and they were making fun of the punter for Washington with his name. They're like,
Tressway.
yeah, that sounds like you're at the taco truck when the punter takes the field. Tressway.
Tony,
Yes.
Kyle told us that Mike was the GOAT, but we denied it.
Yeah, no, I agree too. Mike can't be paying for ads on here.
Yeah, and the guy doesn't even hold it back. He's like, Mike's the GOAT, and Mike told me to come say that. Like, come on. Like, at least just don't even say the last part.
It's probably his cousin or nephew or somebody, and he was like, "Hey, you're only getting your birthday card if you go on to the stream and say that I'm the GOAT." Kyle Puma. That's a great name though.
That's smart though. You know, he was gonna give him that anyway, so why not get something for it, right? So
Yeah, I mean the card. He's already got something in there, saying, "Hey, crush it this year in sophomore year."
If his name is Kyle Pumbaa, he will have a profile that is a Pumbaa, but he's a cat. I respect the cat.
What?
Wait, Puma is a cat. A Puma is a cat.
It is a cat.
Yeah. I think the image is supposed to be like some sort of a joke because it's like a little tiny kitten or something.
He does have a picture of a cat.
Yeah.
And
This is-
the mouth is open.
The
Okay.
The
proved him
picture
wrong,
looks
Tony.
like if you said that Daniel Jones was a Puma, this would be the Daniel Jones of Pumas. Yeah. Very underwhelming. How about
He
that
should sign with
sack?
Puma.
Huh?
Oh, how about Tyler Heinicke missing 2 wide open receivers back to back?
Yeah, I don't know if you saw that, Tony, but he missed two wide open guys.
I didn't. I was talking to my lovely bride. I did see it. That the throw to McLaurin. McLaurin was looking for a flag. It's like, bro, that ball wasn't catchable.
Yeah.
It was thrown 5 yards to your right. And
When
slightly
they were in the 4th down, they should have just did a field goal.
They weren't in the range. Oh no.
No, they were not.
Jacob thinks that everybody can kick 80-yard field goals.
That's because he grew up in the Sebastian Janikowski era.
So Daniel Jones taking the field. They got to get something going here. They had a great first drive, like Tony was mentioning. The Chargers did. The Chargers had a great first drive. Then Washington's defense settled in. It looks like it's the same thing on this one. They had the great first drive, and then Washington's defense is settling in.
Jake, I got a theory for you. What if people with mechanical legs, like robot legs, became kickers in the NFL and they could kick 100-yard field goals? Do you think that'd be fair?
Yeah.
With what level of accuracy, though? That's the question I want to know.
Hey, they actually have it. Who designed it? They were actually doing it. They brought a mechanical leg onto a football field, and they were actually kicking it.
There you
see
go.
that?
Maybe
I didn't.
they
There goes
should
Daniel Jones. He got the yardage from Mike.
they should make a robot not a robot football where they make robots and then they'll all control the robot and they can kick 100-yard field goal.
Now you guys got one on theories. Here we go.
I would totally watch, Jake. This is going to be on our theory show, by the way. I would totally watch like a Real Steel version of football. I don't know if you've seen. Have you let him see Real Steel yet with Hugh Jackman?
No, he could only watch PG movies. Nothing above that.
I think that's a PG. That's a PG movie, isn't it? Isn't it Disney?
There's fighting in there, Tony.
You're right. There is fighting.
I think they showed me that.
Oh no,
in
there
school,
is.
too.
He curses a little bit too.
I fell asleep though during that movie.
What are you talking about? Real Steel?
Yeah, I think they played it for me like in some class. All of my schooling was them playing me dumb movies.
But
Star Wars.
Don't compare that to football cyborg island or whatever
Oh,
you were talking
I
about.
was awake during that science class. That was a good movie, Rocket Island. Watch it. It was good.
And what school do you go to where they only play movies? Like,
Oh, you don't want to know. It's the lowest of schools. I mean, no disrespect, but yeah, it's like I had honor roll. I never showed up. I had a 3.62. I was never there just for basketball games and stuff.
3.6.
Did you guys see that graphic right now? So not only Thursday Night Football is full of great quarterback matchups. Not only are we getting Daniel Jones and Taylor Heinicke tonight, next week you get Sam Darnold and Tyrod Taylor.
Oh, let's go, Tyrod Taylor.
I hope Alex is on the stream with us next week.
The
with
Thursday night smoke show.
I hope so too. Hey, Tyrod Taylor gave us Justin Herbert, and now he's giving us a good Houston Texans team. So I'm all for Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod Taylor gave you Justin Herbert. He gave you Baker Mayfield. He gave you Josh Allen. He
gave us every good quarterback that we have besides Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady.
That means let's go Davis Mills.
On the screen, I just saw a drone holding a camera above the football players.
Yeah, that's a camera. It runs on a wire.
Tony Tucker's.
So that means something just happened right now that we missed.
It's a touchdown pass, probably like a deep touchdown. I don't know. What
Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones. Oh crap! Holy crap! Daniel Jones. Tony Tucker. Daniel Jones with the speed. He didn't trip over himself this time. Woo! Touch.
Let's go.
G-Man.
But look, you messed up. There's a flag. A flag probably going on the
What's that,
offense.
Jake? Hold on. Tell us more, Jake. What is
There's
it?
a flag probably going on the offense.
Huh? A flag?
That's some crap. Look at that. It's not
What
even
could it be?
Either way, Daniel Jones impressed. You can't hate on that.
I can't hate on it. I am going to hate on it. It's garbage.
I am impressed by Daniel Jones.
All we heard was the Washington football team defense.
And you let Daniel Jones run 54 yards on you, but then you go, oh, he held.
He ran the option keeper.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
it was
Jim.
Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley really makes that play happen because they all converge on Saquon Barkley.
You didn't see him. He was like this.
That's fine.
Team.
He got a lot of yards. Now he's going to throw a touchdown pass instead of running one in.
I agree with what you're saying. And it's the reason why I invested in Trey Sermon and Trey Lance, because when they decide to run those kind of plays.
I agree. Hopefully Trey Lance gets a shot because Jimmy Garoppolo probably, if he stays healthy, he might be hard to dethrone, unlike the other guys that we have in front of people we want to start.
He's getting beat in Philly this weekend.
Yeah, I have the Eagles over San Francisco. I hope. I'm a Trey Lance guy.
You guys better hope I'm here next game, so it could be son versus father.
What's the next game? Well, I'll be back here on Sunday night if you're down.
You're not a Raider fan?
I am.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, did you hear that? He's like, somebody help me.
Oh, yeah.
Please.
Well, he plays on a flag football team that's the Steelers, and the Steelers play the Raiders this week.
Oh, so he's torn. I see.
He's like, my team or my dad's team? It's tough.
I still don't know what team I'm going for.
Yeah, but you
There's
got
only
it.
one team you're going for. If you want to stay in this house.
I was just gonna say, Jake?
Calm down.
Who signs your checks, Jake? That's what you got to look at. And right now, the Raiders are signing your checks, so you got to cheer for the Raiders.
When you move out of this house, you can roof where you want, but under this roof,
the world will be your oyster someday.
It's like a Raiders trauma story for the future or something.
Jake's always said, like, what if I grow up and I'm in the NFL and I have to play for like the Niners? I'll be like, I'll be at the game, but I'll be wearing Raider stuff.
Hey. Oh man.
I don't think you're that miserable of a human being that you wouldn't put on your son's jersey to go to a game.
Oh, that to put on I usually buy shirts for every team. So like you've seen me, Tony. I've worn a Saints shirt.
The Oregon Ducks.
The Oregon Ducks, yeah. So every team that I coach, flag football wise, I usually buy a shirt. This year I didn't buy one for the Steelers. I was like, nope, not doing it, because half my family is Steeler fans, and I'm the only Raider fan. And they get a picture of me in a Steelers shirt. Oh no.
And then his assistant coach is now ordering him one.
Yeah, now they're gonna try to make me wear one, but I'm good.
Man.
You have to wear one, Dad. You're the coach.
Just wear a black T-shirt and bring a yellow towel.
Yeah.
Bring one of those yellow chamois. One of their terrible towels.
I'll tell you this: people,
They're gonna field goal. They're gonna do a field goal.
Tony already knows.
What is the odd? They're not gonna miss. I know that. They're gonna make it.
Well, it's a gimme shot for Graham Gano. If he misses this, he might as well get cut for Michael Badgley.
Does Michael Badgley, is he still on the Titans? Like, did they cut him this week?
Oh, I don't know. They should have. They should have cut a decent chunk of that roster.
The Titans. Seahawks play the Titans this week. I don't know. I was kind of torn on who to pick. I think I ended up picking the Seahawks. But, yeah, it should be a good game.
I wasn't torn at all.
No? Who do you got? Seahawks all day?
Yeah, I don't think you can make that much of a transformation from week 1 to week 2. And then the game is in Seattle. And it's the first time the Seahawks fans are going to get to be in the stadium for like a year. That place is already the loudest. Just imagine what they're going to be like. You know, they got pent up energy for a year, and they're going back there. The 12th man, they're going to be like the 13th man. They're just going to be insane.
The best place to play at home.
They're already riot crazy in that part of the country. Like, why not just go nuts at a game?
Lumen Field.
Seahawks.
Wait, what do they call that field?
Lumen Field. It used to be called the Link.
Why is it named after Paul Allen?
Is that what it is? Lumen? I don't know. It's like some company. Lumen.
Oh, I'm just saying Paul Allen, the
late great owner. Yeah.
Let's call it.
I'm kind of upset they took that touchdown off the board from Danny Dimes, because I do have him in fantasy in the war of attrition, and that would have been 6 more points. Plus, what? Actually, it would have been like 8 more points because of the run. Yeah. I'm kind of upset. He's already got me 16 points, though. How about that?
Yeah, I bet him the under 17. So if he doesn't start turning the ball over, I have no chance of him getting under 17 in my prize picks. The rest of my prize picks aren't really looking good because he has not looked to the slot one time tonight. Who's this Carter kid for Washington football team? I haven't seen him.
For the Titans game, I left him with the Titans.
Wait, Titans for the Titans Seahawks? You left him with who?
Yeah, the Titans. I left him with the Titans.
You got Titans winning on Sunday.
He's taking the Seahawks.
Yeah, he's taking the Seahawks.
I got Seahawks too. Possibly a little bit of bias, but I got the Seahawks. The Seahawks, they didn't play nobody in week 1, so you don't really know what they're gonna do.
You didn't play nobody. They played the Colts. The Colts are gonna be a playoff team.
No, I love the Colts. I thought it was gonna be a good game, but the Colts, I said, I think it's because Carson Wentz. They didn't want to have him drop back too many times. They were just trying to run the ball, even when they're down by 12 with 6 minutes left in the game.
Tony, who do you got? The Titans or the Seahawks?
The Seahawks, big time.
Mm-hmm.
So the guy you're asking about, Tony, is Carter. His name is DeAndre Carter. He has 1, 2.
He switched numbers. DeAndre Carter.
He played for Philly in 2018, then Houston, and Houston last year. So 3 years in Houston.
Yeah, Houston. I remember
his first year in Washington. He has a career receptions of 34. 34 receptions, 386 yards in his career. No touchdowns. He's 28 years old, out of Sacramento State.
Sacktown.
Sacramento State is actually a lineman university. A lot of linemen come out of there.
It feels like it feels like a diss in some way, shape, or form.
Sac State did a very nice track start from there.
If he would have drifted on them, that would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, if they would have had a good quarterback, huh?
Yeah.
If Washington would have a good quarterback, it would be good.
Ryan Fitzpatrick's on a
13
touchdown.
13 to 17 for 131 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, it's because the wide receiver is toasting everybody. He's not getting them open.
The only reason I'm protecting the Washington quarterback is because he has the same number of Derek Carr.
So he only likes Heinicke because he has that number 4.
But he also has the same number as Brett Favre.
You know who Brett Favre
Unless
is?
they're quarterback than Derek Carr, probably.
I don't know who Brett Favre is.
No, he doesn't. But you're gonna get your email is gonna blow up with just the greatest highlight reel you could ever imagine.
Tony's gonna send me a bunch of stuff that you gotta watch.
How open this guy was.
Don't model yourself after Brett Favre. It won't be a very long, lucrative career. That's for sure.
Well, nowadays a quarterback like Brett Favre would be hated on a lot more nowadays. The guy who's
here's the
taking
thing.
the risks.
No, because it's essentially
Sam Darnold, right?
No, Jay. The dude filled in for Don Mikowski in his second year in the league, and the Packers had their first winning season in like 6-7 years or whatever. And then by year 2, playoff team, year 3 MVP, then goes on 3 MVPs, goes to back-to-back Super Bowls. Like, if Mike Holmgren doesn't leave, the trajectory for Brett Favre is a lot better. Mike Holmgren leaving was the worst thing that could have happened to Favre, because then he gets a string of terrible coaches, and nobody ever wants to go to Green Bay. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Holmgren goes to Seattle and brings Matt Hasselbeck with him, and they go to the Super Bowl, whatever.
Yeah.
It's Patrick Mahomes, but Patrick Mahomes plays in a era where you can't play defense. So all of the things that Mahomes can get away with, that ball that he threw to Tyreek Hill was garbage. And everybody's like, look at the throw he made. He floated a ball into midair, and Tyreek Hill made an adjustment and came back and got the ball. That wasn't a good throw. But he gets credit for a touchdown pass. That would have never happened. Like, dudes you got mugged. The way you could play defense against the receivers back then, how you could, the press coverage that you could have on them, the hits you could put on quarterbacks, you didn't have the freedom to sit there. It wasn't like, oh, I might land and break his collarbone. They didn't talk about that kind of stuff. They didn't talk about diving at quarterback's knees or whatever it was.
The safeties drive your heads too, right? So
yeah. You didn't have the freedom to go over the middle where people were looking where they didn't want to like hit you in the face. It was a completely different game. You look at Patrick Mahomes, you look at Brett Favre. Patrick Mahomes, I believe, is a better quarterback. I'm not saying that, but it's a similar thing. Patrick Mahomes takes the same risks. It's just not the same risk because it's a different game. It's an offensive friendly passing game. Everybody throws for 400 yards. Everybody.
That's true. I agree with that. In every sport,
What's up,
the legends
Ethan?
are now looking bad. So,
Ethan, what's going on? Jake says, "What's up?"
Ethan from Twitch.
Colors?
We appreciate Ethan. Who are you cheering for? Hopefully, it's the Washington football team, and you're cheering for specifically the defense to get the turnovers.
Can we get a Logan Thomas touchdown?
I need some love for Antonio.
Oh, fourth down, Washington.
They keep giving it to McKissick. It's because Heinicke doesn't know how to give it to your
Ethan, what's up? You got a message on the screen, Jake.
What's up?
I assume he's not talking to me.
I thought that was actually a Tony Tucker.
Yeah, I'm 40 going gray and 250 pounds. He's not talking to me.
Give it to another guy. You won't expect it.
Ethan said he doesn't care who wins because he's a Cowboy fan.
Oh, the worst.
The worst team in that division, probably, but they're good.
I'm a Chargers fan, homie. What's happening this weekend? What's going down with us?
Hey, Cowboys getting hit with injuries this week too, Ethan. 4 of the 11 starters on defense are hurt for the Cowboys. DeMarcus Lawrence, their main defensive end, broke his foot. He's out for a while, so it's Dallas Cowboys can't catch a break. And it's great.
I don't hate on the Cowboys as much as Joe, but if you were looking for sympathy there, you weren't going to find it. I am bummed about DeMarcus Lawrence because I like him. I think he's He's a great player, and I wanted to see him in the game. And I honestly wanted to see if our offensive line could do it 2 weeks in a row, because last week Chase Young, he couldn't find the quarterback. I wanted to see if they could keep DeMarcus Lawrence out. I want to see if the offensive line is for real. I want my team to play against the best of the best. It's just how it is. So the DeMarcus Lawrence injury kind of bums me out.
Hey, at least he's not a Lions fan, though. Even worse.
Not by much, but I agree.
Tony has a passion for the Detroit Lions.
I have a soft spot for the Lions.
They lost by a lot last week.
No, they came back. Remember?
No, they had a big comeback in the second half. That's garbage time. Jake, I can't wait for you to start playing fantasy football, but
that Lions comeback was like the Cowboys comeback. We knew they weren't going to win, but it was fun to watch.
Imagine I would probably team up Tom Brady with Justin.
McKissick again? Do they know they have? Is he even a guy on this team still? What did he do to the coach?
I took McKissick out of one of my leagues where it's like a deep roster. I took him out in favor of A.J. Dillon.
McKissick is the 2-minute guy, the 2-minute offense, right?
But he's been playing all game. I keep seeing McKissick all the time. There he is again, another catch.
You guys, Terry McLaurin's going to benefit so much from Taylor.
They're like, we have a second string quarterback in. Let's have a second string running back in too. Let's just bench McLaurin and put in Carter too as our starting. They're just like, let's just go for this. Like, this is our thing now.
Jake said we need to put a theory counter on our next show. So every time we talk about theories, we just, all right, that's one. There's two.
I like it. I got LA winning.
Yeah, Chargers have an easy one right there.
Ooh, it's been spoken.
You're not wrong.
Honestly, I really like the matchup for the Chargers. I feel great going into the weekend. Dallas is a high-powered offense. It'll be a great test for the defense. But I like it. I like all the matchups. Joey Bosa, I like him to get going. The linebackers, I like Derwin James on whoever they decide to put him on. Whether it's a tight end or whoever it is. You're down Michael Gallup. We'll see if Cedric Wilson can do anything. I do think Zeke has a chance to do a little bit of eating this weekend, but that's fine. And Dak's going to put up numbers. But the Mike Williams, I'm expecting like a big touchdown to Guyton or Palmer this weekend. Roundtree, if they decide to pound the ball with him, going to be great. Eckler in the screen game. Cook. And I didn't even mention Keenan Allen. It's SoFi open. It's going to happen.
What?
Mike Williams.
I left him with the Cowboys.
He's taking the Chargers. He said it's going to be an easy win. I don't know if you guys saw the article by our friend Fernando Ramirez, and he's talking about how Bosa and Ezekiel Elliott were roommates in college.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And now they're going at it again on Sunday. But like you said, Dallas has a great offense. Like they could be in a track meet. They could score some points. This could be one of those high scoring games.
I think there's going to be a lot of points scored. I'm not giving out my prediction. If you want to see, I host the Nuts and Bolts show. We'll be live tomorrow. Not exactly sure what time that is, but if you subscribe to the network, you'll get the notification because you hit the little bell. But Nuts and Bolts tomorrow with Mike on the mic, and we'll be talking and going over our previews, thoughts from last week and on this week's game. It's going to be a good time. But I do think there's going to be quite a few points scored. It's going to be great for fantasy. It's going to be fun. You got Burrow and Prescott in a game, and they have the majority of their weapons on both sides of the ball.
Wait. Did you just say Burrow? Ooh.
What did I say?
You said Burrow and Prescott? Okay. So now we know who you like better.
I did say Burrow, didn't I?
Talking about quarterbacks, Heinicke just missed a wide open tight end, Logan Thomas, at the goal line, and he decided to try to run it for like a yard. And I don't understand this quarterback.
No, you're right, Ethan. You're right, Ethan, to call me out there.
Tony, I thought you agreed that Mike on the mic was not the GOAT.
He's not the GOAT. Mike's not the GOAT.
Tony's a Charger fan too.
This is another one of his trolls here. No,
Eagles
Burrow.
are the
Burrow's
number one team.
You got Burrow. I understood what you meant. I misspoke. I clearly meant Justin Herbert and Dak Prescott.
Clap again. Jason Garrett over there sitting on his couch.
Jason Garrett claps like this. Jason Garrett out here running this.
Come on.
I think some of the people that we're friends with on Twitter.
It's 1-1. You gotta get the full. Yes, touchdown!
Okay, that's why we don't give up, brother.
And it was J.D. McKissick again.
I put him on my bench. That's what I was trying to say before. I put J.D. McKissick on my bench for A.J. Dillon. I don't love the move anymore.
A.J.
I don't love the move so much anymore. I'm not quite a fan of it as I was.
Everybody, the Washington football team has no idea what they're doing. Trade Antonio Gibson while you have a chance. We thought he was going to be good in J.D. McKissick season here.
I have McKissick on my bench too in the war of attrition.
Why? How is McKissick on the bench in that league? We have 12 starters in that league. It's the war of attrition league is like the most. It's the easiest league to start every player that's projected to get more than 6 points.
Tony, the Washington football team got in the lead.
I know because
who was I supposed to start him over, Tony? I have Nick Chubb, I have Connor, and then I started Mike Williams and Boyd and Matt Ryan in my flexes.
Yeah, I think you made the right choice.
Over James Conner?
You want me to start McKissick over James Conner?
Yeah, I do. Because at least he catches the ball. Like James Conner's not getting any passing down work. Who do the Cardinals play this week?
I don't know.
I thought this is recency bias though, because I feel like before the game this isn't really good.
Play
now it's good because
Minnesota.
J.D. McKissick's getting every touch.
No.
This isn't a hindsight thing. This isn't a hindsight thing, Jay. I'll tell you this right now. I have 8 leagues. I drafted James Conner in this many of those leagues.
Oh, okay.
0.
Makes sense. I have James Conner like 4 and like McKissick in like 4, so it's really like it's pretty even. But McKissick is like if Gibson goes down, James Conner is like right now. That's the difference. But maybe Gibson's hurt right now. Turf toe.
Ethan said he's seen enough clapping when
I know because I was doing the Jason Garrett clap.
If Washington goes 0-2, all hope is lost for him. Hey, if you guys know, we've been down on Washington. None of us were high on Washington. I guess some people, but what's everybody's team? Ethan wants to know everybody's favorite team.
He can't tell.
I'll go with the Bucks this year. I think the Bucks are going to win it.
Jay, come on, dude. Come on.
Jay doesn't have. Jay claims to be a Seahawks fan? Question mark.
I like the Seahawks.
Question mark.
I love the Seahawks, but I know they're not the best team. Like last year, I had the Bucks being the best team. This year, I have the Bucks being the best team. Like Tom Brady's every year, basically, a Tom Brady team, except for when Russell Wilson had Marshawn Lynch and in that defense. But outside like those 2 years,
you have 9 seconds on a winning clock.
Halftime. So yeah, Tom Brady's my guy. But yeah, when Tom Brady retires, I think Russell Wilson's going to take the torch.
Halftime. They had 9 seconds on a winning clock. Halftime.
So it is halftime, and it is 14-10. Washington
football team.
Kind of upset that Logan Thomas didn't get that touchdown.
He had him wide open.
If they get to 24 and Washington get to 33 and Washington win, I was right, but right now it's not looking good for me.
Oh, you said 34-33?
No, I said 34. I said 33, 24.
Oh. So let me check. You guys, let me pull up the prize picks right now for everybody staying at home. Here's the prize picks. You guys can join along with us using the promo code WARZONE. Right now, they'll match up to any of your deposits up to $100. So if you put $100 in and use the promo code WARZONE, they'll put another $100 in on your account. This is what we're doing. It makes the game a little bit funner. So even if you don't have fantasy football guys playing tonight, at least you'll have the prize picks because you can do this every game. As of right now, you can see I have Logan Thomas. I have the over on him catching 4.5 balls today. Right now, he's sitting at 3 at halftime. Scary Terry, I have him going over 69.5 yards, so I need about 10 more yards from him. And Sterling Shepard, I have going over 57.5. He's sitting at 29. I need a Taylor Heinicke interception, and it would have been nice to get an Antonio Gibson touchdown because I have Antonio Gibson getting 1 touchdown tonight. That is on me. I put the wrong graphic up there's Sunday night. But this is how easy it is. You guys have anything to say before I play this little thing?
I don't. I'm making some second half bets. Here's the great thing about Prize Picks, everybody. It's a new game. Like right now, they have the second half lines up. I am literally going right there. As you can see, I have Sterling Shepard is getting 33.5 yards because the Giants are going to need to throw the ball in the second half. That's what I'm going. So that's what I'm looking at. Roll that commercial whenever you're ready, Joe. I'm putting these.
Patrick Mahomes, over or under 4.5 touchdowns. Over. Easy. He's obviously the best quarterback in the league. What is up, everyone? It's Mike on the mic here, and you may remember me or may recognize me from the hit show Friday Night Wars and Mike's Film Room right here on the Warzone Sports Network. And I am here to inform you of our partnership with Prize Picks. Now, no, we didn't just partner with Prize Picks because of the large Brinks truck that they backed into our backyards. We also play Prize Picks, and it's a tool that we can use to interact with you guys. You guys can compete against us. And in this quick tutorial, I'm going to show you exactly how to participate in the Prize Picks competitions right here on the Warzone Sports Network. So first things first, you want to head to your favorite internet browser or head to the App Store or whatever phone that you operate, and you either type in prizepicks.com on the internet side, or you can download the Prize Picks app today. Once you download the app or visit the website, it's easy as clicking Start Playing, and you're going to see a chance for you to sign up to your account. Once you fill in all your information and you've created your account, just click the deposit button up in the corner. And here's where you will deposit the amount that you would wish to play with. You can enter a custom amount in this little box that says $10 here. Once you select the amount that you would like to deposit and play with, make sure you look for the promo code box. It's going to be small. It's not on my screen because I've already used the promo code WARZONE. WARZONE. Warzone is the promo code you need to use, and Prize Picks is going to match your deposit up to $100. So if you put down $20 to play with on prizepicks.com, they're going to give you another $20 to use, so you have $40 total dollars to submit your Prize Picks this week. Once you've deposited with the code WARZONE, you can scroll through and look through all the options you have as far as Prize Picks. If I want to put down that Zeke is going to have over 58.5 rushing yards this week, I can select Ezekiel Elliott, go to my current entry, and select over for Ezekiel Elliott to go over that rushing yards amount. Once you've selected all the entries you'd like to place in for this weekend's action, NFL football, or any sport that you'd like to play, choose between whether you want to do flex play or power play. Each one pays differently, and click Place Entry. You can go to the top of the browser and select My Entries, and it's going to show you all of your entries. If you screenshot these entries and send them to us on the Warzone Sports Network Instagram page, we will actually feature your entries on the show, on the live streams, on the pregame and postgame talks, and root for your Prize Picks to succeed right along with you. As you can see, it's super simple to hop on here and play Prize Picks. I can't wait to see your entries and compete against you so you can get more correct. Now, back to whoever's hosting this show. Hopefully it's me. That means that you're being entertained.
Yes, it's not Mike on the mic right now, but hopefully you're still being entertained.
Yes.
And we do have some goats here. Can't do a single one without me, huh, Joe? Well, Joe's also not here right now, but he'll be back, I think, possibly. I can't speak for him. But Mike.
Congratulations to Mike. Mike, why are you in this stream right now? Congratulations on the nuptials. Be with your beautiful bride. Get the hell out of here.
Did he just get married?
No, he didn't. I think he has an anniversary. He has something. He has some important moment in his life. Why are you in this stream right now?
Happy anniversary, Mike.
I know Rosemary's like, please, put the phone down for one night, Michael. I don't know what the reference is, though, to Joe not being able to handle or do whatever it is.
I don't know what's going on. Also, congratulations to Rosemary, if that's the case, too. So both of them.
It is. The much better half, by the way. I like to put in 5, so I ended up going with Heinicke, and I doubled down on him for over 130 yards passing in the second half, even though I don't think they're going to need to throw that much. I don't feel good about it. I wanted to go the under, but I hate going under.
It doesn't look like it. Doesn't look like it, but I don't know. You never know. Hopefully though, because I think on my prize picks, I need Logan Thomas to hit 2 more receptions or 3 more receptions, and then Terry McLaurin's already good. We just ate and are trying to recover in the car right now. Oh, well, thank you, Rose. We appreciate you.
Okay. Rosemary never wants to hear from me. I haven't even met her, and I already know she never wants to hear from me.
Well, we appreciate you, Mike and Rose. Both y'all, happy anniversary, and or whatever else you may be celebrating today. Much love.
Escucha nunca. That's what she says.
I like those words.
God, my Spanish is really bad. I've been trying to learn for like 5 years. It's just it doesn't catch up.
A Drake song where he says "Escucha la palabras," so I know that, but anyway.
All right. So in the first half, because you're a Heinicke hater.
I'm not a hater. I just
hater.
I think hater's a strong word. Hate's a strong word. I'm not a hater. I'm just realistic when it comes to football and teams. And this guy hasn't done anything to show us that today he hasn't done anything either. What has he done in this game that makes you think he's a starting quarterback outside?
Now I need to call on Mike because I need to know why. I need Mike to pull up the video of you talking about Danny Dimes, showing us that we should actually believe in him. I don't know where you would get that from.
I like Danny Dimes. But I mean, Danny Dimes just ran almost like a 60-yard touchdown, if not for a weird penalty on a wide receiver. So Danny Dimes, like Tyler Heinicke had a wide open tight end, and he didn't throw the ball, and he decided to run for 1 yard.
Yes, Ethan. So we stream on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch all at the same time. So if you have a YouTube, we would appreciate a sub over there. That's where we are the biggest. We're trying to go over 1,400 subscribers on the night. We're trying to grow on Twitch. If you follow, that's great. If Twitch is your main source, we're trying to grow on Twitch. We're not very big over there. We always try to interact with who's ever there. Yeah.
I got a question for Ethan.
Here's some bolts. Cowboys love for sure.
He's here. I got a question for Ethan. If it's week 17 or 18 now, and you need 1 win to get in the playoffs, 1 win you're in, Cowboys fan, would you rather be playing against Daniel Jones or Tyler Heinicke? Who do you feel better that you'd beat in week 18 to make the playoffs? That's the question I want to ask Ethan.
Oh, I love that question, and I would much rather be playing against Daniel Jones than Taylor Heinicke. Much rather. Did you not see this first half?
Yes, I've seen him miss multiple wide open wide receivers. All I've seen him do is miss open wide receivers and give the ball to J.D. McKissick. That's all I've seen him do all game. He's hit Terry McLaurin for 1 touchdown, and it wasn't a good throw. Terry McLaurin was just that wide open that you can't. I would have made that throw. Ben DiNucci would have made that throw. I think Ben DiNucci is a better quarterback at this point. That's the only guy I'm not taking. Now I sound like a hater because Ben DiNucci probably isn't a better quarterback than anybody in the NFL. But if there's one guy I'm taking Ben DiNucci over in the NFL, it's Tyler Heinicke.
So just out of curiosity, the guy that you back, Daniel Jones, is 8 for 11 for 65 yards, 6 carries for 73 yards and a touchdown. That's what you want from your quarterback.
That's the first half. This is early.
Have more rushing yards than passing yards. Okay, I'm with that. Taylor Heinicke, 17 for 21, 162 and a touchdown on a short week coming in. What am I missing, Jay? What am I missing?
You're missing that should be, he should have like 200 something yards.
Hater.
And he should have 2 touchdowns. Is what you're missing. Because Daniel Jones is he's throwing balls. Well, I'll say this every week. Numbers do lie in football. Because Daniel Jones has been hitting people in tight windows where Tyler Heinicke is hitting people wide. Look at this game. He had Adam Humphries like 20 yards of space.
He answered that question exactly how you're supposed to. Thank you, Ethan.
Daniel Jones. We'll have to see what happens. It's the second half.
Is the best Cowboys fan I've ever met, and I've never even met him.
That's
too
true.
bad.
That's
that he's getting smoked on Sunday. Although,
too
you know what's
bad,
going to be funny? You know what will bring Ethan back is if the Cowboys win. That will definitely bring Ethan back to remind me.
And he'll talk a lot of trash to you, Tony Tucker.
Talking all this trash.
Well, Well, I had the Cowboys finishing third.
I missed this announcement. So they
Colts
said they
on
were
Hard Knocks.
announcing the Hard Knocks for next year. And Fun with the Morleys, Jake getting in here, continuing off stream to provide us with content and information, plugging us into the social pipeline, people. He wants to swim. He wants the flock of the Capistran. I messed up the line for Dumb and Dumb.
It'd be interesting. This
Colts on hard Knocks. Not. I get what he's saying. That's boring because Frank Reich isn't going to give us much. Carson Wentz isn't a big personality. Like, I'm sure that they'll find a way to like get personalities out of the show. That's what they do. But it's not like we're talking about the days of Peyton Manning and Dwight Freeney. You know, like that's not who's there. Like, I have no idea. Maybe Jonathan Taylor like surprises us. Maybe he's funny. Maybe he does like impressions or something that can be entertaining.
We're relying on Jonathan Taylor impressions as like the thing that's going to make this pop. Now I think it's bad.
I'm just spitballing again. Like I have no idea what would make it interesting or not. But when I was talking to Joe, the other thing that a good point that Joe brought up, because I watched every episode of Hard Knocks this year, and I really wasn't that impressed. Like I would have liked some more drilling down with Kamara, the defensive guy who made it for the Cowboys this year, or like really take a look at the day-to-day for a guy like Ben DiNucci. You know, like really take a look at Quan. What are they doing? How are their families handling this and everything else, right? Yes, yeah. Ethan, same name on YouTube, Warzone Sports Network. Go over there and subscribe. That would be absolutely fantastic.
I just wonder, do you think Tyler Heinicke, would that be a good trade bait for maybe the Cowboys to get Ben DiNucci, like Ben DiNucci for Tyler Heinicke? Do you think that like
stop it with this slander, bro? Go back, Jay. This is why I doubled down on my Heinicke love. Look at what the Bucs defense did to Rodgers, Mahomes, and Drew Brees. All Hall of Famers. Taylor Heinicke had the best performance of the four in the playoff games last year against them. Threw for like 300 yards, ran for like 60 yards. Everybody lost. The Bucs won the Super Bowl, bro. But what I'm saying is the best,
I get you.
best quarterback was my guy, Taylor Heinicke. And you're going to see it tonight.
I respect that. Tony. But the thing is, I said this recently somewhere, that he reminds me of Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray had an amazing game and even a good series against the number 1 seed Utah Jazz in the playoffs in the bubble. And that's it. Oh, thank you, Ethan. We appreciate the love.
Ethan. We used to do that during the NBA playoffs, and if Mike and Joe were here, they would be down for it. You know what? So during the bubble playoffs, that was one thing I wanted to see, and I think we got cheated from Jamal Murray getting. That was one of the things I didn't like about the injury to him, was that we didn't get to see if he could continue to replicate that success in another place, because you're a basketball player, right? Successful. Yeah. You've had a lot of success on the hardwood, but I think that there's something about those kids who grew up in the AAU age group that they really excelled in that bubble environment, where it was like you go from the hotel to the arena and play. I wanted to see Jamal Murray play on the road somewhere with a hostile crowd and whatever. And then he gets the injury and he's not there. I think the series would have been different with Phoenix, but ultimately the same. Phoenix just had the better team until they ran into my boy Chris Middleton. But
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I agree with that. And I think Jamal Murray is a good point guard. I think he's in the 20 to 30 range of the starting point guard. I hope Daniel Jones didn't just throw a pick. But
I'm cheering for Ethan. He didn't throw a pick.
Oh, okay. Ethan, my guy. Oh yeah, here he is. YouTube, let's get it. But
Ethan, what are we at on subs on there? I can't see it from where
it's like 1.4, 1.39.
Is it? Did it go 1.4?
It's right. I mean, last time I seen it, I think it was 1.38. But
yeah,
I know some people just subbed that I know recently, and Ethan is on here. I guess that 8 is like the 10s column, so maybe not. I don't know. We'll see.
Dude, Daniel Jones is an option running quarterback. This is the guy that you're like.
Daniel Jones. Let's go. Oh, but my point, Jamal Murray. Last thing I'll say on him is that he's a good point guard. But the guy they had backing him up in the playoffs was just as good. They're not great, but they do what they're supposed to. They can distribute and they can get a bucket in the right situation. Oh yeah, that's right. Daniel Jones is out here just running.
Which guy are you talking about? Are you talking about Monte
Spider-Man?
Morris?
Oh, Spider-Man and Monte Morris, I think, are equally in that range with Jamal Murray.
Because I'm talking about my boy Facundo.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Spider-Man,
Okay.
Facundo. I didn't know how to say his last name, but yeah, Facundo. Spider. I forgot his first name, but yeah, Facundo.
He looks like Manu Ginobili's less athletic brother.
Yeah. And he's good. He can pass the ball. He can score. He can hit the three. Like, he does everything you need in a point guard. He's just not super flashy, really. He's not one of those guys that they're going to have on highlight reels, but I think he's a really good point guard. I actually got someone into basketball this year, and him and Jokic became their two favorite players while watching the playoffs with me. We watch like every game, and they're like, "Oh, I just love Spider and the Joker." Sounds like we're talking about superheroes.
I'm hoping Chase Young starts eating. I'm hoping this whole front seven starts. Like,
what about Saquon?
I want Saquon to go off and have a big night. Like, that would be great. What's up, Light? Will you do me a favor and flip that light on over there? I get what you're doing, unless you're trying to photobomb me. My son's trying to steal the attention.
No, I like it. I don't have any children, or else I would bring them. Or her.
Like, I'm on camera right now. Let me have my moment. Everything's about you. My whole life, every day is about you. Come on, let me shine for a second.
Oh, and to comment on Joe Morley's comment earlier in the show, if I do happen to have a child and he happens to have, or woman, male, either way, but if they become like a professional athlete, that's a good thing. Is that'll be my new favorite team. Whatever, if they get traded every year, I'll have a new favorite team every year until they retire. I'll be fine with that. They can play for the Niners.
There's no doubt. I've told you guys several times on this, on all of these streams, that my nephew is he's a star. He's a local star athlete. When he plays in the NFL, I believe that he will, that he'll make a roster. I'm not saying he'll be a superstar or whatever, but I believe his goal is to play in the NFL, and I believe he'll do it. I'll have his jersey, and I'll root for that team. I'll still be a Chargers fan, but I'll root for him. I'll put it on. So here's I've talked to you guys a lot about my brother-in-law, Drew. He's a Chargers fan too, season ticket holder, great guy. His cousin growing up got drafted to the Rams. His aunt or mom called him and said, "Hey, your cousin just got drafted. We just wanted to let you know." He said, "Oh, cool. Which team?" Because he was working. He said the Rams, and he said, "He's dead to me," and he hung up the phone. He was joking, but seriously, like, he's just not into it. Like, he's not into his cousin, even though he's on the team. He made the practice squad. He was like a 5th round pick, so he made it. He didn't make the 53-man roster, but like, he's there. But still, in his world, doesn't even matter. He's out.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know. I've had that for basketball, not really football as much, but I've had like basically like my brother, he's like one of my best friends. He played at technically a rival college, and I was rooting. That was my favorite college. I still root for them now, even though he's not there anymore.
This comment is for you, Jay. This is for me.
Washington with a QB would be a scary team. Thankfully, they don't have a QB, and that is true. Thank you, Ethan. I agree. 100%.
You guys are all late. It's all gonna happen.
Ethan, I've been saying that not only this entire show, but since Fitzpatrick has been injured, I've been saying that. So they need a quarterback. They kind of had one, and now they definitely don't have one. Like, Fitzpatrick gave him, like, he could have been that guy for at least a year, like the holdover guy. But yeah, hopefully he's back though. Fitzpatrick could be back, and the Washington football team could win, more than 5 games.
This is Fel K. Thank you for contributing something. Fel K, one of our favorite, most consistent people here. When will Kelsey start declining?
Not this year.
It's not this year, and I think it's actually a few years away. So a couple things. I think that players are getting better with like their treatment, regimens, everything that they're going through or whatever, but also like the impact of the NFL seems to be less and less and less, right? Like it seems to be the shots to the knees and the body, like all the like sleeping in hyperbaric chambers and crazy stuff like that. I honestly think that Kelsey could still be a top 1, 2, 3 tight end for like 3 to 4 more years.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Like he's 31 now, like 34, 35. I think maybe he starts to slow down a little bit. But here's the great thing. If he just stays and plays with Patrick Mahomes and doesn't like bleed them out for money, like he doesn't take a big contract somewhere else, Patrick Mahomes adds to you. It's the reason why I like some of the players on the Chargers because of the situation that they're in. Because they have Justin Herbert, get the name right this time, Tony, that when you have a quarterback, like it's the reason why you like some of the players for the Green Bay Packers. Would you like Devontae Adams as much if he signed with the Broncos or if he signed with – no, you wouldn't. You like Devontae Adams as much as he is because the quarterback, the person who's distributing the ball is a big part of that. And when you're playing with Patrick Mahomes, your window for relevancy can be a lot longer. That's just the way that it works.
So everyone loved McCole Hardman in fantasy this year because of Patrick Mahomes. McCole Hardman on most teams probably wouldn't even be on draft boards. But I agree.
Yeah, I think it's a good number.
Well, I seen that with Devontae Adams. Actually, he was going like I got him in my fantasy draft pick 18 or something like that. That was when Rodgers was unsure. They thought he was going to leave and stuff like that. Right when Rodgers said he was back, he automatically jumped in the top 6.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
As he should. And he didn't have a good week, but like the remedy for that is Monday Night Football. And Monday Night Football matchup to me is so it doesn't make any sense. The schedule makers, when they were making the schedule.
You don't like this?
No. The Green Bay Packers versus the Detroit Lions, it should be, and I believe it will be. Like I think it's going to be just
Sorry, I keep cutting you off, though. You probably have a really good point. I just keep cutting you off. Go ahead, Tony.
Oh, I don't give a shit. Jay, I don't give a shit. I really don't care. I've been drinking. I'm having a good time. I'm talking sports, and people are jumping in the chat. It's great. I think Monday Night Football is going to be a bloodbath. And if you're the schedule makers, why are you putting the Lions Packers on? Like, it's not even the best rival. Like, the Packers Bears is actually at least like a good. I mean, it's kind of one-sided rivalry, but like. If you look at it over time, it's like they're separated like 100 wins to 99 wins. Like that's how close the Packers-Bears series is. Yeah. The Lions-Packers series, I don't know what it is, but it is
nothing.
Packers like by 40 games.
Especially not recently. But I like this because this is why I like it. We talked about this on Laughing Quietly to Myself on Tuesday with James Boda. The Packers right now, people are thinking that they're looking like a team that might just be in shambles, and the Lions are a team that's not supposed to be good. So this is a matchup that kind of works out. If the Lions beat them, it really kind of adds that pressure. Like I have the Packers winning that game because I think Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams will bounce back. But Boda has the Lions win that game, and I think if you have a chance, to give a Packers-Lions Monday night game where it looks like it could be close, that's the time to put it because there's no other time for you to put the Packers and Lions in Monday night where it seems like it's going to be close besides this Monday.
Okay, Jay, think about it from this aspect. 1, Aaron Rodgers comes back and the Packers are way better. They're just coming off an NFC Championship game. They lost nobody. Or 2, Jordan Love versus Jared Goff. Why the hell would you look at that and be like, oh, I want either Aaron Rodgers with a team that's gone 13-3 in back-to-back NFC Championship games against the Lions with Jared Goff or Jordan Love versus Jared Goff? It doesn't make any sense.
See, I get it.
It's a terrible Monday night game. It's the worst Monday night game ever.
There's a disconnect, and I get why it is. It's because I believe that the NFL knows what's going to happen, and they know what's going to happen before it happens to us. So I believe that they knew that this was all going to play out like this when they made the schedule. That's why I'm thinking the way I'm thinking. You're thinking back when they made the schedule, they had no idea what was going to happen in week 1. They had no idea what Aaron Rodgers was even going to play, and they made this money. So I get that. In that case, yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem smart. But as long as we believe that they knew what they were doing the whole season through, well into week 2, 3, and 4, and 5. I think it's good. I think it's going to make sense down the line, even if it didn't make sense right now, because they know what they're doing. It's always good. They always have a good product out there. I think the Packers being Dallas, man. Yeah, I agree. I think Aaron Rodgers is a top 6 quarterback every season for a long time.
Yeah, no, Ethan, I grew up a huge Packers fan. I grew up in Upper Michigan, and
I'll tell you why I didn't like the Packers. Tony, you want to hear this story of why I never liked the Packers growing up? It's a story I really never told many people, but I'm gonna tell you right now, Tony Tucker. When I was a kid, growing up in a colder part of California, I needed gloves because my fingers were literally like numb because of how cold it would get in the winter. So I had to get gloves. I bought some like thrift store gloves, and they happened to be Green Bay Packers gloves. I didn't even know. It just had a big G on it, right? So then people would always assume I was a Green Bay Packers fan, and I was like, I'm not. I just needed gloves because my hands are cold. I don't like the Packers. So then, like after that, I just stopped liking it because everyone just assumed I was a Packers fan. I tried to be a Georgia fan. I was like, it's a G for Georgia. I like Georgia, but no one bought it. So anyway, it's the only reason why I didn't like the Packers growing up. Rodgers or Favre? That's a question that I want to ask Ethan and Tony Tucker.
it's not.
What? I got Favre.
Warzone
Favre,
Sports
actually.
Network already responded.
Yeah, I got Favre too. And I
Whoever's
even watched Favre
running,
play.
yeah, who's ever running that account is very smart. It's Favre, no doubt. No
Yeah,
doubt.
I got Favre too. Didn't Favre win multiple Super Bowls and like multiple?
No, he won one. He went to the second
That's
one.
right, one. That's right.
If Mark Chmura catches a football, they beat the Broncos. It's yeah, it was a tough day for a 12-year-old Tony Tucker. And there was a lot of games. There was the Owens he caught it game. There was the 4th and 26 with Freddie Mitchell and Donovan McNabb. There was a lot of moments that could have been different for Favre and the Packers and everything else. But yeah, like you said, like Favre's one of those guys who gave it over, turned the ball over a lot. If you want to go back and watch a game where you're like, how did this guy still have a job after this? And it was only because he was a legend and the most beloved quarterback to ever play, maybe besides Peyton Manning.
Tom Brady. Just fine. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying like you had to grow up with Favre. Like everybody loved Brett Favre. Like it was John Madden would gush over Brett Favre. Like anybody in the booth, whatever they were, like Favre could throw 3 interceptions and they'd still be finding ways to say nice things about it. Like Favre was loved by everyone. It was insane. How much
like LeBron James? It's like a LeBron James type aspect.
No, because LeBron has grown up in the social media age, so he's very polarizing. I'm talking about like the media loved Brett Favre. Just like they loved Peyton Manning. Like until Peyton Manning got to the latter part of his career, where social media would come in and they would talk about him being a choke artist and saying all the shit that really wasn't true about Peyton Manning. But like he was just universally loved. Like he was just like, oh, he plays the game like a kid. He's slapping guys on the ass and having fun. It's Brett Favre. And it'd be like, so who cares if he led the league in interceptions this year? Like it was Brett Favre. Like everybody just loved Favre. It didn't matter. But I lost where I was going. I lost where I was going with. This is what
you said. Brett Favre is better than Aaron Rodgers. Watch a game, and you said he threw picks, but people still loved him.
Oh, no. This is what I was going to say. Thank you for bringing me back. Brett Favre is better than Aaron Rodgers. I don't need to go down that road. But I will say this, like, Favre played a playoff game against the St. Louis Rams and threw, like, 6 interceptions. Like, a playoff game, he threw 6 picks against the greatest show on turf. That Kurt Warner, Isaac Bruce, Marshall Faulk. That team didn't even have a great defense, and he threw 6 picks. He just kept slinging. They got down 7. Favre's just slinging. They got down 21. Favre just keeps throwing picks. Didn't even matter. Zeke will blow up next game.
I'm all for that.
Falcon, I believe Zeke's in for a very good game on Sunday against the Chargers. I'm not going to love it, but I do think that there's some success to be had because I saw the success that Antonio Gibson had last weekend, and I think they want to get him right. I think they throw the ball a little bit more, they run the ball a little bit more, and he gets going. I wanted to be Favre when I was growing up. Ethan, I wrote a book report that my dream job was to be Doug Peterson because he was the backup for Brett Favre. I wrote that my dream job in life was to be Doug Peterson because he got to hold a clipboard and sit on the sidelines and watch Brett Favre. And that was my dream. To have and you knew the guy was going to play every game. It was the Iron Man. I just wanted to stand on the sidelines and watch Brett Favre play football. That was my dream.
Didn't Doug Peterson win a Super Bowl as a coach?
He did.
Oh, well, that was a great future pick there for you, Tony. Because
I didn't want that. I didn't want that portion of his life. I wanted to. I wanted to be in the huddle and hang out with Doug Peterson and Brett Favre.
Did you see Kenny Galladay? Oh my God! Go ahead.
I did see it. This is a tough one to haul in right here. One-handed coverage, highly contested. Fuller. He's on him like a glove. That's a tough catch. I mean, you didn't pay the guy millions of dollars. You kind of want him to bring that one in, but it's fine.
I think that was a good location for the ball to be at with that kind of coverage.
I agree. I actually think that's a good. If you get one-on-one coverage and you paid him $100 million or $80 million or whatever you paid him to come there, you want him to get that ball. Am I right?
Yeah, he has one arm free. Just bring that thing in.
Yeah, no, that's what you want from your number one wide receiver. You want him to go get that ball. You want to give him that opportunity to go get one. Ethan and I just became best friends. Like we both just said John Stamos at the same time in Step Brothers.
John Stamos. Oh, Brett Favre.
There's a scene in where they're like, there's a scene in Step Brothers where.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's explain it though, because I want to hear it again. I haven't seen this movie in a long time.
John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell are both. They're like going through all of these different things and naming stuff, and it's like whatever. If you could be one guy, who would it be, or whatever? And they're like, John Stamos. Did we just become best friends? Yep. High five. Yeah. So him and I both just had our moment, our John Stamos moment. It was cool chilling with you guys. I got to go to work in the morning. Thank you, Ethan. We appreciate it. We will talk Sunday night. Talking.
Yes, sir. You can have a good day at work.
My wife hates football season. Look at her. She's like this fucking loser. She's like, I hate this guy. I will be single come February. If there's any young ladies watching this.
Well, people now want to get married because of Tony Tucker's endorsement on what marriage is. So.
My wife hates fantasy. She hates football. It's all
me and Stone from the Warzone Sports Network had this conversation once after the show. I'm not going to point him out, but he's like, "Man, I want to have a girlfriend and get married. I'm single." I was like, "Man, you got to enjoy it. All I hear is negative things about marriage. I haven't really heard of maybe Mike and Rose have something good going on, but yeah, I don't hear a lot of good things. So hopefully, but Tony actually does love his wife. Just so you guys know, he actually does. This is all just banter and joking. I'm sure marriage is actually an amazing, wonderful thing, and I'm sure I'll experience it one day in my future, and I'm definitely excited for that. Anyway, back to football. So they just headed off to, is that Sterling Shepard, Tony?
They did. It was a weird play call. It was well played by the Washington defense. Montez Sweat gets there first, and then Chase Young. Like, that's the thing, that they just keep bringing just studs on the front. Well, I give Daniel Jones a lot of shit, but he's playing pretty good against this defense. There's just a difference between Justin Herbert and Daniel Jones. Like a humongous difference.
I agree. But he's hanging in the pocket and he's making, I think, accurate throws, which is what I like to see from a quarterback. Is if you can throw it accurately and you can hang in there and get the ball out. So I think he's been doing what he needs to do. I like Daniel Jones. So
I know you do, and I'm giving you props right now and saying that, like, he hasn't even really thrown a ball that I thought should be intercepted, where it's like, oh, he's throwing like a 50-50 ball that could have been picked, it could have been whatever. Like, he's delivering some dimes and living up to his actual name for once.
Danny Dimes. Yeah, I told you, Aaron Donald? Yes. I think Aaron Donald will win. Yes. Once Tom Brady retires eventually, a lot of people will be getting rings that aren't on Tom Brady's team.
I think Aaron Donald has a shot in the next couple of years with Matthew Stafford. I like what the Rams have put together. They've gambled a lot. They don't have picks. They have a lot of veterans. They spend money in free agency. I don't know how they do it every week. Get the fuck out of here.
You seen that throw to Kenny Galladay?
I did.
I didn't like that throw. He should have caught it, but I don't love I don't love it. I mean, unless there's a guy underneath him and I didn't see it, but he should have caught that still, though. I mean, hit both his hands, hit him right in his hands, but
Get out of here.
could have done something better. I think you might be ahead of me, so hopefully there's a touchdown to Danny Dimes right now. Let's see. And it looks like there's a touchdown to Danny Dimes. Let's go to Slayton. I mean, it's not Galladay and it's not Shepard, but I'll take it. Danny Dimes, let's go.
See Andre Slayton. Or Darius Slayton,
Darius
sorry.
Slayton, yeah.
It's
I don't.
the
Well,
team.
let's see.
The Washington team or the Giants team has so much talent, right? Like that was one of the most perplexing picks to me was the Kadarius Toney pick.
Yeah, because they have so
Right.
many receiving options.
Yeah,
Ingram's not even in the game right now for the past 2 weeks.
I haven't seen him out here at
No,
all.
he's out. He's out. He's out for these first 2 weeks. He's been out with injury. But
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. When he's healthy, like they already have guys that catch the ball now. Imagine when your second best option is there in Evan Ingram. So
Yeah,
I don't understand the Tony pick.
they have Ingram. They sign Galladay in the offseason. They have Darius Slayton and Shepard still there. Like, why are you picking Kadarius Toney? I get that you traded back, so you got some sort of assets. But also, like, the offensive line struggled against the Broncos. And I think we're seeing, like, again, we'll see if the Broncos can duplicate the success they had from week 1 to week 2, week 3, whatever it is. But they were able to get sacks. They were able to get pressure. Like, why wouldn't you be getting an offensive lineman? Like, that's one of the biggest things. You have a rookie quarterback and you have Saquon Barkley. Like, why aren't you investing in your offensive line and making it so that you can be unstoppable? Look at what the Chargers did this offseason. They went and invested. They get Slater. They bring in Corey Linsley. And in week 1, they handled the Washington front.
Yeah.
Like, it's the smart thing to do. At some point in the fourth quarter, it's coming. The Washington defense is going to make a big play in this game.
I mean, they've already kind of been.
I like how people are just jumping in here to give love to Danny Dimes. Where's all the people? I want you guys coming back and giving love to my boy Taylor Heinicke.
Let's go, Robson.
I'm going to have to create a burner just for some Taylor Heinicke love. Where's the Heinicke fans?
I feel like people don't even say his last name properly. That's how bad he is. I've been saying Heinicke this whole time, like the beer.
I say Heinicke.
Is it? I don't even know which one's right. That's how bad it is. Like Tom Brady, if you said his name any other way, we would know it's wrong. That's how good Tom Brady is.
Well, it's like it's Favre.
Yeah, exactly. But he's Favre because that's how good he is. Like you can't mess his name up, and he hasn't played in like 20 years or something. So.
Well, if you look at it, it's also not right because it's spelled Favre. But we call him Favre, right? But it should be Favre. Or Favre or something. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be Favre.
Favre.
Yeah, it should be Favre. That's the joke from
Saturday Night Live.
From Something About Mary. Which, if you haven't seen Something About Mary, do yourself a favor. Go rent it, watch it. It's hilarious. Ben Stiller.
I think someone showed me a clip about
Brothers, Cameron Diaz.
That's not where he gets something like on his face or something like that on accident, right? Or something like that?
Yeah. It's not something. He blows a load and it fucking sticks into his hair like this.
Someone showed me that clip.
And she's like, "Oh, sweet. Can I borrow some of that hair gel?" And she like gets it and like slicks her hair back.
Yeah, that's the exact clip that I was shown, and it made me stray more away from the movie. I didn't know. Yeah, I guess I gotta watch the movie to understand everything.
It's ridiculous. It's funny. It's the Farrelly brothers. It's a very good scene.
Rest in peace, I believe.
I don't know. I don't know what this is. You get out of here. You're an adult. You're 20 years old. You have an apartment. You pay your own rent. I don't know what I said that's you, but you're an adult.
Good thing Jake's not on the show. He wouldn't know this joke
I want to start a GoFundMe for Robson, actually. Robson, I don't know if you're still here, but I want to start a GoFundMe because for your 21st birthday, I'd like to fly you to California. And for one weekend, I will turn back the hands of time, and I will go out and party like I haven't partied in a decade if you come out here for your birthday. No questions asked.
Tony, They finally give it's McKissick. No, Gibson. They finally give the ball to Gibson. They showed McKissick. He's on the bench. That's why it was Gibson. Let's go, Tony. Gibson's getting some love now in the second half. It's Gibson season again.
You didn't say anything gross. You just looked you.
Kind of set yourself up for that one, Tony.
What do you mean? I just look you.
Oh, Heinicke had another pick that the Giants don't want for some reason. Oh no, it's a flag anyway.
That hurts, Robson.
Yeah, Robson.
Robson's critiquing me on how I look on camera. I'm hurt. Genuine shot to the gut right there. I have trouble sleeping tonight.
My mother is 100% anti-facial hair, so that's what she would have said to Robson's point.
Anti-facial hair?
Anytime she's anyone with facial hair, it doesn't matter who it is. It could be James Harden, who's known for it. It could be like the Chris Hemsworth guy or whatever. She'll be like, he needs to shave his beard, but he looks so unkempt. No matter who you are, if you have a beard, she's 100% against all beard. She thinks is like the worst thing you can do.
I hate.
Which is good. I love my mother, by the way. It wasn't like a knock on her. I was like,
no, you should love your mother.
Yeah, it was just she hates beards. Like she thinks it's like the worst thing you could do. It's like the most unkept and like nice looking. But anyway, so yeah. Other than that, I don't know. I think everyone would agree. Tony Tucker's pretty well put together. He's not going to agree with it. He's probably not going to agree with that, but well put together looking.
I don't. It's Alex Robson saying I don't look good. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm joking. I don't give a fuck what Robson says about what I look like. Move on. Move it on. Robson's going to critique the way I look. Get out of here. Aaron Rodgers or Brett Favre all time? It's Brett Favre. We already talked about this.
Yeah, we had this, but Brett Favre, with evidence and with a bunch of other things, won this by far. It's a landslide. Brett Favre. We can't even say his last name right. And I'm on the stream,
and I'm not gonna let it go. I'm not gonna let that go one way or the other.
Oh,
Aaron Rodgers. He threw less interceptions. Fantastic. He's also lost like 6 NFC Championship games.
Yeah. Brett Favre is that guy. Oh my goodness, man! They had a touchdown right now. Tell Heinicke that would have been the play that I would have been like, "Yo, Heinicke, that was nice." If he would have gotten that in that window, he would have got that touchdown. But let's see. I'm actually rooting. This is the thing that I want people to understand. I'm rooting for Heinicke. Like I want him to do well. Like I want all people to do well in life. But I'm just saying I don't see it happening. Is what I'm saying. But I want him to do well. I wanted that to be a touchdown right now, and for no reason, because it's to Dwamie Brown. It's not like it's a fantasy thing. But yes, they're finally giving Gibson some touches, and I love it.
Yeah, I'm happy about that too. I'm not gonna lie though, Jay. Like he has not played nearly as well as I would have liked him to.
They have a good team. Oh, Robson is in the stream.
Robson,
what's up, guys?
How you doing, brother?
Do we have the same glasses, by the way?
Probably same style, but Tony, I heard you say that you're going to start a GoFundMe for my 21st. Well, brother, you may not have to wait because I do plan, because I believe Mike on the Mic and Piggy Bank Picks are planning on doing their rematch again, round 3 of their fantasy football thing, and I plan on flying my ass to California to see that at least. So maybe around then you can go out and party with me, but you have to do all the drinking because I wouldn't be legal at that point.
That's what I'm saying. I want you to be 21. I want you for your 21st birthday for the weekend after. I know you're battling a little cold right now, but I will turn back the hands of time to when I was in my 20s, and I will tie them on with you, and we'll go out. I'll take you around Los Angeles, well, like the better parts of LA, and we'll have some drinks. We'll see the town. We'll do dumb stuff. It'll be fun.
Look, your wife going to approve of that?
Oh, she'll be fine. She might come. We'll have a good time.
There you go.
Hey, Robson, I don't drink, but if you come down and you're still 20, just take a short drive down south of the border and you can go crazy. Non-stop shots.
There you go.
Robson, I would never take my young Irish friend south of the border.
You look like that famous Mexican boxer, Canelo Alvarez, Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Yes, and the first time they say "Como estás" and he says, "What in the blue hell?" They'd be like, "I'm stealing your wallet, your flip flop, your everything. I'm taking you back." Somebody's paying for this gringo right here. That's what would happen.
Learn like 5 Spanish words and just learn those 5, and you'll be good for the whole trip. You know, it's just like tacos.
No way.
Man, I took 2 years of Spanish in high school. I failed both years miserably. I got an 8. I literally got an 8 on the final exam I took of that my sophomore year. I did not learn anything in Spanish.
Oh, man.
Spanish is one of the most frustrating languages I've ever tried to learn. Jay, we got a question for you here.
Joe Morley, real quick, I wanted to just address this one. Okay. Go fund me to shave that beard. I will do that just for the heck of it if you want me to. I look like a penguin when I don't have my beard, but I'm willing to do it for the views.
I like penguins, actually. Penguins are really cool. One of my favorite animals in cartoons.
All right, there you go, Jay. There's your question. Any crazy predictions for this game? God help us all. You're asking for him for a hot take.
This is the thing though that in this game so far, there's not really any hot takes. Heinicke's playing mediocre like we expected, which is not bad. It's his defense is it works out, and then Daniel Jones is playing above average like we expected, or at least like I expected. And I think the Giants are going to pull this one out late, and it's going to be really close. I think the Giants are going to score again. Washington's going to score again. And the Giants are going to end up pulling this one out. It's a 3-point game right now. It's a field goal, a touchdown, and a field goal will probably be the end of this. So field goal for the Giants, touchdown for the Washington football team, and then a field goal for the Giants to win it. I think will probably end this out for us with a Giants win.
That's not crazy at all.
It's not crazy. I'm just
boring.
It's not crazy. It's not boring. It's just what it is.
Knowing you, I expect more.
If you want a crazy one, I'll give you what I really think. But I'll give you a crazy one. Daniel Dimes throws 160 yards in his last quarter for no reason. They scored 2 touchdowns, and they end the game with a Tyler Heinicke pick to close it out, and then they take some knees and it's over. That's a little bit crazy for you guys.
I hate that one. Better. I like the boring one better.
How about Antonio Gibson fumble? Would you be better with that, Tony Tucker? Make sure your Heinicke love stay strong.
Gibson hasn't touched the ball a lot. He needs to not fumble, actually. Is what we need.
I'll take a Logan Thomas fumble because I don't have him in fantasy anywhere. But
okay. I know a lot of people that do anyway.
Right here, this one's for you, Alex. This is from Felke. Your biggest.
To be a Giants fan. Yeah, my biggest fan, Felke. Good to see you in the chat, man. I lie to myself. Be a Giants fan. I don't know if the suffering would get any better if that was the case, honestly.
Another lateral move for you.
Yeah, that'd be. I'd have Saquon Barkley, but then I'd lose Zach Wilson. So.
Well, a lot of times I talk about how the Bears have never had a quarterback, but the Giants are in the same boat. They've won Super Bowls.
But Eli Manning, Daniel Jones?
Eli Manning, Daniel Jones. You start going back. It's like Kerry Collins, Jeff Hostetler. It's not like Phil Simms. It's not like guys that light the world on fire, at quarterback for that team.
It's just game managers.
Would you say, Jay?
Who have the football team had, historically as a good quarterback? They had that one guy, right? Theismann?
Doug Williams.
Oh, yeah, Doug Williams, that's right. Theismann was good?
They had later stages of his career in McNabb, I think. He wasn't that great with Washington, but he was still there.
I didn't even know he was on that team.
For a hot minute, he was.
Joe Theismann.
Theismann, yeah.
Alex Smith was really good.
Smith had his moments.
They had Mark Rippon. He won some quarterbacks with Joe Gibbs. He some Super Bowls with Joe Gibbs at quarterback. He was not very good either.
You remember the time where they had Steve Spurrier as their head coach, and he decided to try and pull every Florida Gator ever to his team? Had Danny Warfel as his quarterback. God, that was a terrible team.
It was not good. I think they maybe went 7-9 or 8-8.
Tony Tucker, Joe Morley's telling me for you to take me to TJ. What's that?
It's that's south of the border. That's what we're talking about.
It's
south
Mexico.
Of the border.
It's Tijuana. It's right across there.
It's a border town.
I used to live in San Diego, and I would go into TJ a couple times a week. We would just take the train. It takes you right to the border. You get off and you walk across. This is a long time ago. It was safe. It was fun. We would even walk through Revolucion, which is like the city at the border. And you get stopped by little kids, and they're like, chicle, chicle, chicle. And they try to sell you these little pieces of gum for like 25 cents. And you're like, I will give you $1 to just stop pulling on my shirt or like get away from me. And then you go to these places.
See, yeah, you definitely don't want to take me around there because I'm liable to punch a kid in the head if they keep pulling him. I'm like, I will start throwing John Jones elbows up in this motherfucker.
It's not against the law. You could legally do that.
Yeah,
I think.
it's like you can get away with it until you don't. That's the problem. And when you don't, you end up in a place where it's like, yeah, you got to call the embassy and ask for favors.
It's not good.
It's just way different. I would never take Alex to TJ, and there's plenty of places in LA. I'm actually genuinely putting out the offer to fly him out here.
Good tacos, though. If you like tacos.
Weekend. Or Alex, when do you turn 21? Do you turn 21 before the Super Bowl in February?
I do not. I turned 21 in May of 2022.
What day on May?
May 11th.
May 11th.
May's the worst month for me birthday-wise. I go broke every year. My wife is on the 2nd. My daughter's on the 1st. My son is on the 19th, and Mother's Day is in that month. Every year.
Well, you can do it. You can do it the month after if you want to.
Okay,
do it in June.
June is better. June works for me. I can make June work.
All right. Deal.
I need to play from the football team defense. I'm getting
Robson. Hey, over there in TJ, we were talking about, they have a sign because there's just people like running around like on like around the border so much. It's like, you know what I'm talking about, right, Tony?
Yes, I do.
There's like a guy like running like this, and there's like holding a wife that's running, like a kid's like flying. They're like holding on to the kid, like Superman like flying, because like you can like literally like hit them with your car. It's a crazy place to be, but people like to get drunk. That's where you go if you want to get drunk, Robson. I don't drink, so I don't really go. I've been like once. Had a taco. It was pretty good.
Well, I don't think I'm going to be the type to drink to get drunk. I'm more of a drink to enjoy type guy.
Oh, hey.
Tony Tucker, I'm not going to say nothing.
If Mama Robinson's watching this, she's not going to be happy about that. So we'll just say, hypothetically, if he were to drink, this is the kind of drinker he would be. Right?
I plead the fifth.
I love it. I love it. Chris or Kyle?
I'll drink a soda.
Pittsburgh Steelers fans. We have family in San Diego for the first time visiting. We wanted to move there, and then we realized
couldn't afford a mobile home. Jesus Christ!
Most people there can't.
Living in that part of California that bad?
No, I literally, I'll tell you this, Robson. I did mortgage for a little while, and you get people who are like, "Oh, I make $200,000." I mean, you know, like they make whatever. And they have this amount of whatever, and then they look at houses and they can't afford, like, they're not even close to affording anything in San Diego. So they look at mobile homes, and it's like, we don't even lend on mobile homes, like we're never gonna get this, and they can't afford a mobile home. And then you're just like, well, you can always just pay more than the mortgage and rent, you know? You can pay like way more in rent, or just move to like Arizona, which is what a lot of people end up doing. But yeah, no one can afford anything in San Francisco,
you guys
San Diego.
Are making me sound like I'm rich because I own a home in LA County, and none of what Jay just said is accurate.
You're rich. You're very rich if you own a home in anywhere in LA County, San Diego. I'll tell you this: there's people in San Francisco. They got to buy small condos to even like own a place because it's so expensive in certain counties. I mean, LA depends on what part of LA you live in, but yeah.
I'm getting sick just sitting on a stream with Alex right now. Starting to get congested. About to call my primary care physician and be like, is this shit contagious via virtual streams?
It's the thing is, Tony, this is just a cold for me. Like I have not been sick in about 2.5 years. I do not get sick. And it's funny because my mom, who is in the medical field, she started bragging on me to her friends that are in work, like, oh, he never gets sick. Next thing you know, here I feel like I'm gonna freaking die. And just like congestion, I can't breathe. I'm like, why'd you do this to me?
So your mom's like Joe Buck, and you're like a kicker that hasn't missed a kick in like 10 games.
Hey, no Joe Buck slander in this stream. I actually like it. I enjoy when Joe Buck is on the call.
It's not slander. I like Joe, but I'm just saying, like, he'll always be like, this guy's missed a kick in 5 months, and then that's the time that the guy missed a kick.
That's every single. That's just a classic commentator jinx right there. Quick question, random question. Anybody in chat, you can answer this too. Who is y'all's favorite commentator in sports? Mine is easily Gus Johnson.
Ooh.
Because whenever Gus Johnson's on the call for anything, I just get 10 times more excited.
I like Tony Romo, but close second, Chris Collinsworth on the night games, where he'll be like, "Well, there's a guy that can really catch a football." I just like that for some reason.
He says that about every single person, though.
And I love it. Every time I laugh super hard.
Collinsworth is really positive. You know who I kind of I've been enjoying more is Aqib Talib. Is somebody
Talib.
like
I forgot, but he's in the booth now.
So he doesn't really do the sort of like play-by-play stuff, but he's entertaining and he's smart and knows football. So it's like he does a lot of that stuff that Tony Romo does, where he'll call out plays, not as with the accuracy that Romo does, but he'll call out plays. But then he also just sort of keeps it real on some stuff in the booth.
I think I've heard a game.
I kind of like listening to Aqib Talib, and I wouldn't be mad if he had like a primetime gig. And I was
when you all watched if you guys watched the Monday Night Football game, I caught the end of it. And did you turn over to the Mannings thing that they had for it, where Eli and Peyton? Oh my God, it was the funniest commentating for anything ever. It was hilarious.
When he pretended to be the coach and like Eli was the quarterback, I thought that was pretty funny. That's the only thing I've seen, but it was funny.
Yeah, then that helmet didn't fit Peyton Manning. Shocker, with that big ass head he's got.
There you go, Tony. He's not beloved. He has a big head. Everyone says it.
Everybody says it. And it's funny, you look at photos from him when he was in Tennessee, and then you see like when he's with the Tennessee Volunteers, and then you see him in his final year with the Denver Broncos. It looks like this guy took every playbook he ever learned and stored them in his forehead, because like it just grew. Guy here looking like Megamind.
Side note, Tony, 1/3 of my prediction, my boring prediction, has now come true. We've gotten the field goal from the Giants, and we're getting the touchdown from Washington. And just so you know, I'm keeping tabs on here. But
no, you were like a soothsayer the other night. You were 100% right during that game, during the Monday Night Football game with the Raiders. That's why Chris is asking. I saw Chris. We were both in the chat, and I just kept saying, "This dude's a prophet." Like he's calling out 15 minutes ahead of time what is going to happen in this game. And the third time you were right, I was like, goodness gracious, this is insane what he's doing.
Hey, Tony, real quick.
This mofo.
Real quick. Yeah, I watch football. Hey, but Tony Tucker, I got a quick question for you because I want to bring this full circle. Did you own the place that you own? Did you get it before 2009, 2008, 2010?
No, we bought it during the pandemic. We bought our home during the pandemic.
Ooh. Hey, so here's a baller, Robson. Just so you know, he's about to get a big GoFundMe.
I'm expecting coach class, brother. I'm expecting first class on this flight that you sending me on.
Well, this GoFundMe's gonna have to be. I didn't say I was going to fund it. I said I'm going to fund it. There's a difference between those two things.
He's setting the account for other people to put money in. He's not putting the money in.
And watch him. He's gonna pocket it all. He's gonna pocket it all and just keep it. And like, you know what? I got the money, but screw you, Robson. You're not coming here to California.
No, we'll definitely get you a Southwest ticket. You can sit in storage. Like it'll be good for you.
They do have that. You could sit like in passenger freight. They put you in a box and they just ship you like overnight.
That'd be one heavy ass package.
21st birthday though, we would go out. I'll rally all the Filipinos in my life. Go out to some nice
good time.
Filipinos are great people.
Yeah, some pasta and some sake. You know, drink. Bro, the Filipinos I know they could really drink though. Like those, like I don't like to generalize any like country or like people, but from my experience, they're the ones that. And my one friend Ryan, who can drink like 50 shots like nonstop, but he's like an outlier.
I was just gonna say that
mixed race.
Does this man have a liver?
I don't know.
How do you do 50 shots and are just? He's either has no liver or he's a Terminator. Like he just doesn't give a shit.
Maybe, no, he's hilarious.
He's Filipino and Irish is what he left out.
There you go. There's the Irish gene.
Yeah.
hilarious. Look at that girl's
All
face.
right.
I should record that. Put them in the show. That was funny.
Come on, Heinicke. Here we go.
I'm calling a Heinicke drive to a Antonio Gibson touchdown run.
I'm ready for we're getting full number 4 straight smoke show to Damani Brown right now.
I'm definitely a smart man for putting Saquon on my bench today.
I put him on 2 leagues. I agreed with you. I just like the opportunity from the other guys that I had available.
Yeah, I have Leonard Fournette starting, and he's playing Atlanta. I feel pretty good about that one.
Oh, wow. Anybody against Atlanta.
Yeah, exactly.
I last second started Ronald Jones over Kyle Allen against Atlanta, and I'm feeling a lot better about that now in the fourth quarter.
I might dust off my ace bandages and run against Atlanta this weekend. Atlanta looked... I didn't expect Atlanta to look that bad. And, like, the one thing that, like, kind of bummed me out about it was that, like, what if they're at home and they have Kyle Pitts and Calvin Ridley and they look like that? Like, is this what I'm expecting from them? This is not, it just wasn't good.
I have to try and think about it, though, last week. Is that just how bad the Falcons are going to be? Or is that just how good the Eagles' defense is? Because I felt like that was one of the more underrated units coming into the season. As much as I did not think the Eagles were going to be a very good football team, I knew that defense was going to be pretty stout. I just didn't think the offense was going to be able to perform at the level that they did against Atlanta to really make it a factor. But, man, they had it all going. Jalen Hurts, I'm not a fan of him still. I mean, that was a big prove-it game, though. He was like, here's what I got. Here's what I got, Robson. You and all your cold takes, the whole catalog we have on you.
Oh, you quarterbacks, your favorite.
There's a lot of those that are really good in the NFL right now. You got Kyler Murray, you got Baker, you got Jalen Hurts, all 3 of those. Spencer Rattler could be the next one. That's a good run there by Lincoln Riley.
He's the only quarterback I know in college right now behind your boy Malik Willis. So
Malik Willis, baby.
Only quarterbacks I know.
Learn the name Anthony Richardson, though. Good Lord, that guy's special.
And Jack Colaza or something like that at A&M. I watched that game against CU, so I remember his name because of that fumble he had at the goal line. So that's not really a good reason, but.
I mean, that's a reason, though.
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, I had them last place. I had the Cowboys just edging out the Washington football team in that division because of the schedule the football team has. And now their quarterback's gone, so it's even worse.
I have Washington football team in first, and I still feel okay about it, even though that throw is going to be a meme tomorrow. What the hell was that? You haven't seen it yet. It's coming right now.
I know. That's why I'm laughing already.
Wait till they slow it down in slow motion. You're going to be like, what the hell was that?
Was it the one to Adam Humphries, like back-to-back little like...
Yeah, it was like a duck, but they're going to show you it coming out of his hand. It's not good. Heinicke, run it! Bro! Pick it up, Humphries!
Oh, my goodness. Oh, I gotta put that on the show. I'm gonna put this on Game Pass later and just.
Did you see it? It was like
right now. Yeah, it was like. It's like I have a friend that never like watched or played football ever, and we finally got him to watch a Seahawks game, and he throws the football like with his body, like, and like the ball just like goes weirdly out of his hand. That's what it kind of looked like without the body motion, just like his.
Oh, come on! Thank you.
Oh, Heinicke, is he gonna throw it? Oh, there's a million clips that I gotta watch.
There's a couple good ones from this game for laughing to myself quietly right here that are like, it's like, what were you gonna do with that? I just realized why I like Heinicke. He's got a little Favre in him. He's got like this. That's why I compared him to Romo. He's got a little bit of that like stupid cowboy, where it's like, oh, I'm just gonna pull out my 6-shooter and see if I can hit that porcupine on top of the tree right there. Like it's not smart football.
Tony Tucker, let me tell you something right now. So Daniel Jones ran 80-something yards and tripped over himself. Tyler Heinicke ran less than a yard, if even an inch, tripped over himself, and still fumbled the ball. How are you gonna do all 3 of those at once? You know what I'm saying? Like just pick a struggle. You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna do all 3 at once? Like not run for yards, fumble, and trip over himself all in one play.
Robson, what do you think of Daniel Jones? Right, like do you have any hope for him? Do you see any? Because I'll tell you right now, I don't see this guy being the starting quarterback for the New York Giants next year. I just don't see how that's like. I know it's only year 3. I just don't know how you go into a 4th year unless they're like 10-7 and go to the playoffs this year.
I have him at 10-7 this year.
I know, but I don't think that'll be the case at the end of the year. I just don't see it.
Well, they gotta win this.
What do you think, Robson?
In this division, it's so tough. But in terms of Daniel Jones, I like him as a football player. Now, I do not think he's ever going to live up to 6th overall pick level status that he was at. I thought that was a massive reach that the Giants did. But I still like him. I think he's athletic, sneaky athletic even. I think he's got a good enough arm. I think he has sometimes good ball placement. The turnover issue just is a concern to me, and that's a thing that I believe is uncurable when you have that coming into the NFL. Now, he really didn't have that at Duke. He actually was a very good in terms of keeping the ball for the Blue Devils offense, but it just seems like that's been an issue. But then again, you also have to think kind of about the situation as well. I mean, the offensive line, he hasn't had a great offensive line since day one, and it's slowly starting to get better and better and better. They've played well today, in my opinion, all things considered. And then there's a couple times where you see Daniel Jones make great throws, and then there's a couple times you see him make throws like, dude, what the hell did you see? But overall, I think Daniel Jones has been okay. Definitely not worth the price of admission of 6th overall pick. It's too early for me to make a call on whether the Giants should move off of him or not. It's really going to depend on how they finish in the division. If Daniel Jones gets him a good record, I think you give him one more year. But if Daniel Jones struggles and you have a decent enough pick in the draft to maybe land a Spencer Howell or Malik Willis, maybe even a guy somewhere else later in the draft, I don't know 100% all the quarterbacks in the draft. Those are just major 3 that I know: Spencer Rattler, Malik Willis, and Sam Howell. But if you can land one of those 2 guys, another quarterback prospect that rises up, I think the Giants had to pull the trigger because they have the tools currently to win now, in my opinion. They have a great running back. They have a young offensive line that's getting better. They have a solid receiving core, and they have a great defense. It's just the quarterback. So they have to figure that position out. Is it Daniel Jones or is it the rest of the team, rest of the house, in a way?
I agree.
There it is.
What about Anthony Richardson or whatever you just told me about? Is he a guy you target?
Oh, he's a redshirt freshman, dude. That's what makes incredible what he's doing. Like, he is a redshirt freshman hurdling over people at 6'4", 240 pounds. He is incredible. Yes, that is the Gator quarterback. Yes, that is a Gator quarterback. He is.
So what is
and get this, Gator chump. It's a Gator chump.
That's a Gator. Yeah. You knew what I was doing, right, Robson?
Yeah, I know exactly what both of you were doing.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Brandon Spikes. Shout out to Brandon Spikes, Florida Gator. My favorite Florida Gator of all time. And I already told you guys who I can't talk about my other 3 because they're all controversial people in life now. But yes.
Welcome to University of Florida. I mean, that place has always got crazy people up in there. I mean, literally, their best wide receiver right now had his mom walk out of him when he committed to Florida. Like, literally. It's hilarious. You all need to see that video. His name is Jacob Copeland. He had Alabama, Tennessee, and Florida as his final 3. And literally everybody in the family was wearing Tennessee and Alabama stuff, and he picks Florida. And his mom walked out on his commitment day because of that.
I love it.
I was just like, when I saw that live, I was just like, oh my God, are you kidding me? Apparently it had something to do with him having ties to some gang around Florida, and his mom wanted him to leave that, but he stayed with Florida. I haven't heard any issues other than that.
That makes me sad. That part of it, like, I thought I was picturing like a wholesome family, like not that part, but yeah, I'm kind of with Mom on this one. Like, she was like,
well, he hasn't had any issues with it anyway in his time at Florida. I think he's a redshirt junior now. There hasn't been any issues with him in terms of that, and him and his mom have patched up the relationship. So all things considered, turned out pretty well for him, and now he's the number 1 receiver for Florida.
Well, good job, whoever this guy is. I like it. I like this.
Jacob Copeland, and he's going.
Welcome Jacob Copeland to the stream.
That'd be awesome. No. I would freaking geek out over that.
My favorite Florida wide receiver of all time, Percy Harvin, Super Bowl champion, led the Seahawks to the Super Bowl.
That's the easiest answer ever. He's like the greatest wide receiver in Florida history. I didn't
hear about him until he was in the NFL, and then when I found out the Seahawks were grabbing him, I was like super hyped because he like made the
Go
Seahawks win the Super Bowl.
watch some tape from him at his time at Florida. This dude was unbelievable, and also a Virginia native. He was from Virginia Beach, so this guy not only from this area, but the dude was unstoppable. I mean, he was literally a video game character on the field. Like you could not stop him.
Yeah. They have a friend from out there. It's like his cousin or something too.
Real quick, who helped Percy Harvin ball out in the NFL? Just what was
Pete Carroll.
Name? No, it was
Russell Wilson.
The Minnesota Vikings. There was a guy. There was like
that guy.
Brett
Brett Favre helps.
Yes, he
Brett Favre.
did. He got
Brett
Percy
Favre helps.
Harvin and Sidney Rice a fat check and Visante Shanko and all of them. There we go. I just had to get
Percy
Harvin with the Seahawks.
Percy Harvin had his own skill set that really benefited Favre too. Like it was Brett Favre, even at his old age, Percy Harvin was a guy that if he had 1 inch of space between him and a defensive back, he was winning that battle because he just had so much speed.
I'm gonna give you guys 3 names really quick. 3 names. Ready for this? Percy Harvin, Chop Chop, aka Jermaine Kearse, and Sidney Rice. Besides Jerry Rice, of course, the 3 greatest Seahawk wide receivers, and behind Steve Largent, I guess, right there, Super Bowl champs.
I was getting ready to say, how dare you not mention the name Steve Largent? Like, that's the greatest Seahawk ever. Like, come on now.
So I was like, Largent and Rice, obviously, you have to put them in their old school legends, but from 2010 on, those are the guys, Rice, Harvin, and Kearse.
Well, Jermaine Kearse was Russell Wilson. That was one catch that he made in a game where he was terrible.
Every game I love Jermaine Kearse, man. I love that guy.
I mean, he was solid. I mean, he was solid, and he was solid when he went to the Jets too. But he was never a great receiver.
I love Jermaine Kearse. But now we got DK Metcalf out in Seattle and Tyler Lockett and Eskridge. So we're Seahawks good. Wide receivers are living.
That Eskridge pick still pisses me off. I still hated that pick. I'm like, Jesus. Russell Wilson complains all offseason. I want more offensive linemen. Oh yeah, we'll take another slot receiver. We'll take a kick. We'll take a kick returner with one of our 3 draft picks.
I'm not mad at it. We need a new Jermaine Kearse out there, but he toasted it.
Oh,
but he took
Saquon.
But, yeah, we needed someone in Seattle, and now we got him with DK Metcalf. So anything after that is just extra. We got our new Jermaine Kearse, but better, probably. All right, here we go.
Doesn't help if Russell Wilson gets sacked 5 times in a game, though.
That's true. But Russell Wilson makes things happen, so it's all good.
He can, but then you have the issues that the Seahawks had last year, where their offense was incredible those first half of the season, but when the offense started to slow down, they were terrible. Like, they just could not do it. They still got to the playoffs, but then when they met a really good defense and an okay enough offense, they really, really struggled. So I think Seattle has a lot of holes that they needed to fill, and I think they've ran out of time to fill them. I think Russell Wilson's just done with them at this point. I would honestly not be shocked if he gets traded at the deadline. Honestly, like I really don't. If Seattle struggles, which I think they will, but after week 1, I may be regretting that a little bit because Russell Wilson did Russell Wilson things. But if Seattle struggles, I'm adamant and saying Russell Wilson may be looking to get out of there.
Yeah, Russell Wilson. I like
One
Russell
of the
Wilson, so hopefully stays.
In one of the podcasts that I released, one of the things I talked about was that relationship between Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson was one of the things I wanted to keep an eye on. Because, like, if that doesn't work out, I don't think it's a mid-season trade, but I could see in the off-season where that is the case, right? Where, like, he maybe goes somewhere else. You gotta be kidding me!
Saquon's out here flexing on him. He's like, let's go.
Saquon has shown a little bit of spurts of being his old self again, which is good.
Let's go, Saquon.
Oh, no. Oh, and he dropped it.
I don't know what's going on. I hope it's something good. He dropped it, though? That sounds bad. All right, Danny Dimes. I know I'm behind you guys. I'm pretty sure because I'm watching.
You are well behind. I'm behind Tony, but you're well behind both of us.
Yeah, he's dropping back right now. He just threw a dart to. Oh no, Slayton. Is that Slayton to drop that? Oh, Slayton.
Yes, Slayton with butterfingers.
Well, Tony, now we know why that Kadarius Toney pick was made because of things like that.
I haven't even heard his name tonight. I was going to mention that. Where the hell is he? Is he hurt or something? Where is he?
I think he was hurt, but he should be good now. He's maybe just missing too much practice time to play in the game today.
I will say this for us,
Goodness.
me and Alex Robson as being people who've invested in Saquon Barkley, he's actually looked pretty good. And Daniel Jones has looked better than we give him credit for. Like he's come in, no turnovers so far in this game. Team is up, driving in field goal range, 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Chance to put the game away. He drops the ball in there. Darius Slayton should have caught that ball. Slayton should have caught that ball.
Absolutely. That was an easy catch. I mean, you're an NFL receiver. You got to catch those kind of balls. Like, that's wide open.
Jones.
Nobody's near you. That is a perfect throw, and then you just watch it completely.
Did you see the Washington fans on that drop? Did you see them? He dropped the ball. The fans, he's just, mocking him that he dropped that ball, in his face, on the first row of the end zone. It's funny.
I can't even imagine what it would be like.
But Daniel Jones's face is just this is what I have to deal with. And now they're going to blame me for this somehow from Daniel Jones.
That's the rough life of a New York quarterback.
I love the next 30 seconds. I will be back here in 3 minutes. Or 30 seconds. I'm sorry. Hang on. Give me 1 second.
All right. I'm here with Robinson.
Right. I'm going to...
Robson. I say Robson, but I really hold that B. I really hold that B so long. I'll be like Robson. But I say it in a weird way where it just sounds way wrong. Robson. I got to say it way more crisp. Because I know, in my head, I know it's Robson, but it just sounds like I just fumble or, ramble in the middle there in between Robinson. In between Rob and Sin. You know what I'm saying? Robson. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but it makes sense in my head. Robson, my guy.
There you go. Yes, get it right.
Watch Robson on the Sports Force. Go ahead.
Oh, God, Sports Force. That was rough. That was not necessarily rough because Brian, I expected Brian just to go crazy on me, and he deserved to after that embarrassing showing by the Jets. But, God, I feel better now compared to what I felt then. My voice is still kind of gone, but I felt terrible. And then the fact that Brian won't let me finish half my sentences. Every time I try and make a statement, he has to interrupt it. I'm just like, oh, shut up. I'm calling you out, Brian Bolster. I'm calling you out. Let me finish my takes. Tony Tucker's been gone for a whole minute now. How dare he? He said 30 seconds.
30 seconds, Tony Tucker. But it's all right. Time is hard to tell. It's hard to tell time. Except when you have
I'm timing him.
Then it's a lot easier.
I'm timing. He said 30 seconds. I was going to test him on it. He is now at 1:20. How dare you, Tony Tucker?
Daniel Jones, he could have had something, but at least he got him in field goal range. That's a winning play right there for Daniel Jones, if they can still go, especially.
There he is. He's back. Tony, that took you 1 minute and 34 seconds. How dare you lie to us saying you'll be back in 30 seconds?
No, I thought I would be back quicker than that. I wasn't. I made fun of a lot of people. Thank you for correcting that. I wasn't sure I could pull it off without ending the stream. The second drink's kicking in, ladies and gentlemen. I have no idea what's going to happen over the next 5 minutes. I just know that Taylor Heinicke's about to get the ball with a game-winning drive. Okay.
I told you, Tony, he's going to score a touchdown, but the Giants are going to come back and kick a last-second field goal with 40-some seconds. I'm telling you, the Giants are going to win this game, although I do see the Washington team scoring a touchdown. They have to. I can't see them not scoring. He can't be that bad.
Who's the Giants kicker? Is it Graham Gano still?
Gano. Yeah.
Graham Gano. I was just about to say, I made fun of people who were drafting Graham Gano. He was on. So we did a fantasy show. We do it every Saturday. It'll be out again this weekend. The Fantasy Football Speakeasy, where we interact with people. It's a lot of fun. People were sending in their teams. Everybody had, not everybody, but there was 15 teams that had Graham Gano at kicker, and I was like, Graham Gano, what is this? Why is everybody love Graham Gano?
Right?
This dude is crushing it in fantasy right now. He's made 2 deep kicks in this game. He's got to have at least a dozen fantasy points. If you started Graham Gano, you feel really good heading into Sunday, getting whatever it is. Graham Gano.
I don't like starting kickers, Tony, but I would start Graham Gano because he's been playing great. I've seen a lot of him. I feel like kickers, I don't know. I feel like they lose you points more than they give you points in my experience. But it's because I mess with Marvin Bagley and those Chargers kickers that they have every year that can't do anything.
Why are you taking unnecessary shots at me?
No, it's not. It's not an unnecessary shot. It's not an unnecessary shot. It's a little like I feel like I've had a Charger kicker anytime I play fantasy football, and he always just like it's like an inside joke with like my friends who know I have him. He's like Badgley or like whoever the kicker's been, like Lambo I think was 1 year. It's never been good for Chargers kickers for a long time. I feel like. Am I wrong by saying that? Is it just my personal experience?
Graham Gano has 19 fantasy points tonight. He's made 4 field goals, and he's made 2 plus 50-yarders.
Yeah, Graham knows that guy. I have Daniel Carlson in our league.
He had 1 point in week 1. He made an extra point. If you hung on to him for week 2, how many of those people do you think dropped him after he had 1 point and it was going up against the Washington football team defense?
He just broke a record,
too.
He just broke a Giants franchise record. It showed on the screen.
Heinicke, here it is. This is your drive.
Let's go, Heinicke. Let's see what you can do. Heinicke.
Going over 300 yards. Going over 300 yards on this drive.
Let's see what happens. Kyle Allen will be watching intensely.
I'm behind on the comments. Joe, I'm sorry.
Can't trust you with anything, Tony.
This is some true NFC East football right here. It's true. Dropping wide open touchdown passes and allowing someone to get that wide open in this situation. It's just true stuff. Tony, I'm not trying to look at Tony right now.
Don't react, Tony. Try your best to bite your tongue for now. Heinicke in the gun. Takes the snap. Heinicke deep. He's got his man. J.D. McKissick down the sideline.
I'm so late. They don't even have the ball yet. Oh, now they have the ball.
Oh, my gosh.
And that was J.D. McKissick once again. Is that a touchdown?
No, not a touchdown.
What I have him in the league too, so hopefully I have him on a good team. I don't know what
Who is this? Who is this Heinicke guy? What in the hell? Get him a sponsorship or something. This guy is he's the next Alex Smith.
J.D. McKissick on my bench, 17 points. 17 points on my bench.
You know, did he have like 6 points last week, Tony?
On my bench.
No, because I think I might have started him in a league that I'm actually good in. I don't remember.
If you didn't know who Taylor Heinicke was, get familiar, ladies and gentlemen. The kid can ball.
That was a
great throw. The kid can ball.
That was Seals Jones.
Ricky Seals Jones.
That's not what I wanted to see.
The nephew of Hall of Famer Eric Dickerson, Ricky Seals Jones. The kid's got it in his DNA.
1 feet, 2 feet. That's a touchdown. What a throw.
Dang it, Seals Jones. All right, now all we need is a Giants field goal to win the game, and I am back to my I'm back on point again.
What do you know about that?
What do you know about? I know that is Chargers
Vizcaíno.
Oh my gosh! What in the hell is happening with this Taylor Heinicke guy?
Thank you, Mike. Are you ready to come around now? Because I'm the train. It's fully stocked and ready to go. I told you this.
28 of 36, 300 yards and 2 touchdowns. Taylor, prime time Heinicke. I'm calling him that from now on. Prime time Heinicke.
I told you it was going to happen.
Bolster's
getting a DM from me tonight. A drunken DM from Tony Tucker tonight.
I hope J.D. McKissick's on my good team because I forgot where he's at. If he's on my good team, like that team is winning a lot of things. I just don't remember it anymore.
I took J.D. McKissick out for Emmanuel Sanders, who's questionable, and A.J. Dillon, and I feel really upset about it.
That's not good for anybody.
I'm really upset about it. I'm not going to lie to you guys right now.
Hey,
ladies and gentlemen, what you see here is a fantasy football clown.
Oh my goodness, look at that doofus. Now this is okay, so right here, here's what we got. And we talked. So we have a Washington football fan, and he said this year it was put up or shut up for the Washington football defense. And he said, if you want to be a top 5 defense, you got to prove it this year. You got 4 minutes, 33 seconds, and you got Daniel Jones in the Giants offense. You got to make a stop right here. 4 minutes and 33 seconds. You got to get a stop. You got to get off the field, and you got to get the ball back to Antonio Gibson and let your team run the clock out. Heinicke's already done his job. On a short week, the dude's thrown for 2 touchdown passes and 300 yards. The defense now has to step up. You can't let them score again. Chase Young, make that money, player.
Ooh. Yeah,
You
I
signed
can't
William
find
Jackson.
Tony.
You signed William Jackson. Man, I hate
Colt
Heinicke.
McCoy. Put Colt
You
McCoy in,
can't.
please.
Can't stop, won't stop. Right here. Woo! Bad boy for life.
Time to shine
Gets
for
that
Daniel.
Oh, I'm sorry.
P. Diddy.
Go ahead.
Time to shine for Mr. Dime, says Joe Morley.
There it is. Alex, if you want control of these comments, they're all yours.
Well, I was getting ready to say I'm going to go ahead and head out because I already feel my voice fading off to non-existence. So I'd rather not completely thrash it. Just doing the roundup today messed me up. Just for that 30 minutes, I barely did it. I didn't even get the thumbnail up correctly because I'm an idiot. But
We didn't even talk about it, but real quick, plug the radio show. I'm very proud of my guy, Alex Robson, radio show.
All right, real quick, I'll go ahead and plug that. So now streaming every Friday from 5 to 6 on Radio Free Radford's website, the Robson Sportscast, every single Friday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Radio Free Radford's website. You can find it on their website. I'll be sure to put a link in somewhere. I'm going to figure that out eventually. But yeah, you can listen to it there. Last week, they had a bit of an audio issue, so that was fun. My first ever episode that couldn't barely hear. Thanks there. But so it goes. It happens. But should all be fixed up for this week's episode. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to try to do it anyway. Lord knowing my voice helps me out for that first little bit. But we'll try and get through it. But yeah, big stuff happened for the Robson Sportscast. Super excited for the next chapter in the show.
Drink some tea. I'm rooting for you, brother. You're going to crush it. You're amazing. Go rest your voice. And then make sure that you put up a post talking about who the blue hell is Taylor. Who in the blue hell is my boy Taylor Heinicke? Robson.
I can't do it that way right now because I don't think I'll ever have a voice again if I do it that way. But I'll definitely I could do it like that, I guess. But thank you, gentlemen. Have a great night.
Thank you, brother. Robson. We'll talk to you soon.
And we're back. And from your reaction, it looks like it's interesting things are happening over there. But yeah, no, I can't find J.D. McKissick. I have so many teams this year. I don't know what team he's on. I know he's on. I have him on a team. I think they're doing good. So as long as he's on one team of mine that's doing good, I'll be happy because that means
I have him out. I have him out on the one team that I have him. It's a super deep league, and I have him. And I didn't start him because I put in
Emmanuel Sanders. Who knows?
And A.J. Dillon on Monday Night Football because I think that the Packers are going to be up so much on Monday Night Football that A.J. Dillon is going to be running out the clock for about a quarter and a half, and I think he's going to get 12, 15 carries.
I'm actually not against what you're saying right now. What I'm against is they're punting the football.
Wait, what happened? Daniel
The
didn't
Giants
pick
are
up the
punting.
first down?
No,
Wait.
they're punting it.
Future Hall of Famer Daniel Jones didn't pick up the first down?
They didn't give him a shot. They're punting it. They should have. I don't know why.
Real quick. Who drove down in 2 plays and put the Washington football team up? Just say his name.
J.D. McKissick.
Say his name for the people at home. You can call him J.D. McKissick.
With
I know him better
with
as
his
Taylor.
amazing long run.
Starting
like
from his 10th. Terrible
yards.
field position all night long. Gibson.
Where is? I just don't know where J.D. McKissick's at, and now I'm thinking that he's on a bad team that I don't even look at, and I'm not going to look at. He's giving me points.
It's not
for no
the
reason
least
right now.
mode. It's the beast mode time. for Antonio Gibson.
Tyler Heinicke. Who are we aware who this guy is? Tyler
Heinicke.
No one can say his first or his last name correctly, which just goes more to my point.
I've been telling you people. Come on.
Tyler Heinicke.
Now it's time for the Gibson show. It's time for the Gibson show.
Finally. Oh, is this J.D. McKissick time? All right, first, I don't know why they punted that. Why would you punt that, Tony? You're down by 1, 3 minutes left. I'm going for it. You're punting it.
Because you believe in your defense. You're smart.
Well, if I believe in my defense, I'm going for it. Because even if I still don't make it, my defense can get a stop. It's to say you need a 3 and out, really. You have 3 timeouts. You don't give up a first down either way. What's the difference? A little bit of field goal position? Because they're going to punt the football on 4th down when you stop them either way. So I don't understand the difference. You're going to punt it here. They're probably going to get the ball to 20. If they punt it from their own 50 or 40, whatever, or you know what I'm saying? Like you get it, the 1?
The difference is that you believe more in your defense. So you're kicking away the ball to hopefully get a stop and get the ball back at like your 35. But now if they pick up another first down,
he fumbled. I'm hoping there's a fumble, like a botched snap or something like that, and then Daniel Jones can do what he does best: win football games. Bro, I'm so far behind you that they aren't like literally in a timeout just talking to each other right now. So I know you're not reacting to that. Hope it's not a Gibson fumble because he hasn't done nothing for me this year, and I was high on him. I got him with my 3rd round pick. Oh no, they're passing it. That's bad. It's a pick. Yeah, I seen that coming. Why would they do that? Why would you? Yeah, Kyle Allen. Welcome to the football team, Kyle Allen. Welcome to the starting job, Kyle Allen.
Why?
Yes.
Why are you throwing the football? The game is over. Run the football. Run the football.
Kyle Allen season, baby.
Hey, let me ask you something. Did somebody have Heinicke throwing an interception on Prize Picks today? I did.
Let's go, Heinicke season.
He's trying to help Prize Picks today.
He's throwing it to the wrong team, Tony Tucker. He's throwing it to the wrong team.
Tony's right. Why are you throwing the ball right here? Antonio Gibson was running good right now.
And if you're going to throw it to your own team. Throw it to your own team.
Away.
That's why they wear jerseys.
You gave the game away.
You don't need to. You're Ron Rivera. You play defense and you run the football with a quarterback who just got the starting job 72 hours ago. Stick the ball in the stomach of the ribcage of your running back. That's easy. That's the easiest way to get to the victory. Even if you punt, you have a front 7 that can get after the quarterback and pin their ears back because you know they're going to be passing the football. Are you kidding me? That is garbage.
Riverboat Ron is known for his gambling, and I don't know what the hell this was going to do.
It's a big gamble. Tyler Heinicke is throwing the football? I can see if you had any other quarterback in the NFL, I'm okay with that. You have Tyler Heinicke throwing the ball in your own territory. 4th quarter. Yeah,
I just love it that Tony was praising him so much right now. Who went down there and drove in 2 plays? Who only needed 2 plays to score a touchdown?
Tyler Heinicke.
Colt isn't there anymore.
I would have direct snapped to Antonio Gibson at this point. I don't want Heinicke even touching the ball in this situation.
Really?
He's not throwing the ball.
Travis Scarborough jumping in the stream, trolling me. No, this isn't time to go get Cam. This is time to call the right plays, Travis. How are you not handing the ball off to Antonio Gibson? Hand it off to J.D. McKissick or Jarrett Patterson for all I care.
No, they put it in the hands of their hero, Tyler Heinicke.
Inside your 20-yard line, there doesn't make any sense to call that play. Run the ball. If you don't get it, punt it.
Tony Tucker, now it's time to talk about doing what everybody's listening.
So this is the time to talk about a theory that the referees are at it to get Washington, the whole Washington down, Tony.
Cam Newton season, Kyle Allen
Yeah, I thought
season.
you were rooting for Washington.
Not anymore. Not after watching that play.
He is. Jake, do not worry. I said that the Washington team was going to score 30 points. They are still going to score 30 points. They're going to win this game. The
I said
Washington
30.
football team.
Shepard, drop that.
Hey, Jake
They're
did
going
say
to win.
33. He said Washington was going to score 33 points at the beginning of this game.
On my prize picks prediction, which you can see on our YouTube shorts, it's right there. I said 31-27. Giants got 29. It's time to go win. It's time to go win the game 30-29.
Tony Taco, if they get 33 and the win, I will be won by 2.
Okay.
No, if they get the 30, if they get a touchdown, bud, you're gonna be right on.
Let's see right now. Woo!
I can't even. I can't. I don't. Nobody can make me understand why they called a throwing pass right, like a throwing play right there. The same way that nobody will ever be able to make me understand why they called a throwing play in the Super Bowl
On the
with
1
Pete
yard line.
Carroll
Tony.
on the 1 yard line.
Hey, Tony.
I'll never be able to understand that play.
No, I get the Pete Carroll. I get that slant play. I can go over that another time, but I get that.
Come on, prize picks.
Yeah,
Update.
Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is not Tyler Heinicke.
On second down, with the Super
Pete
Bowl on
Carroll
the
play?
line, with the Super Bowl on the line, second down, you don't run Marshawn Lynch.
This is why, because Marshawn Lynch has had a problem fumbling on the goal line at that point in his career
Okay.
and getting
Yeah.
stuffed. And you have Russell Wilson, but the only thing that I don't agree with is don't target Ricardo Lockett. Don't target Ricardo Lockett. That was the mistake.
Don't, Jay. There's no
Tyler Lockett. This
no
is Tyler
way you
Lockett's
passed
case.
that ball.
He was like this. Tyler Lockett went away from the ball, and then
Marshawn Lynch fumbled twice on the goal line, and you're calling it a problem. Marshawn Lynch, who's a borderline Hall of Famer, fumbled on the goal line twice. You're calling that a problem? Okay.
Well,
Prize Picks hasn't updated my Heinicke interception yet.
I have 3% body fat. You're calling that a problem? It's not a problem.
I love Marshawn Lynch. Marshall's my favorite running back of all time. I'm just saying that I get the play call at that time. I mean, I think the Niners fumbled on the goal line the game before that with Seahawks won. So, but right now, all I'm saying, Tony Tucker, I called it. I called field goal, touchdown, field goal.
You would think that Tony is a
Win the
Washington
game.
football team fan, like the way he's acting tonight.
He just puts all his stock in the worst quarterback that's currently playing in the NFL that's actually taking snaps. And so it shouldn't be shocking. It's not like this is like Aaron Rodgers last week where you're like, how are you doing this to me? It's Tyler
It's
Heinicke.
okay, Jay.
It's not
It's
Russell
okay,
Wilson.
Jay. It's
No,
okay.
I'm rooting for him. I want this to be a good drive. I'm
You're
not rooting.
You're not rooting for him. You're trashing him right now.
No, you're not
trash.
rooting for him for sure.
Let me
You're
tell
not
you,
trash.
rooting for him.
You're not
he's
rooting
bad,
for him, Jay.
And I
There's
expect
absolutely
him to
no
be
way
bad.
that you are rooting for him.
He's terrible.
I expect him to be bad. And
Yeah,
I'm
Hey, Logan
and
Thomas,
funny.
give me one catch. Is he even in there?
Yeah, he's in the game. He should have scored that touchdown. I'm just saying that it just has been bad. And I think it's going to be bad. But
I don't think Thomas is in there. I need one catch from Thomas.
oh, he's right there, 82. McKissick once again. See, that's why McKissick is doing good because he has a quarterback that can't throw the ball downfield. He's just been throwing little like flat routes to McKissick that are wide open.
So,
Come on,
hey,
get it to
Jay,
Thomas.
Jay, watch this play right here and tell me how this is Taylor Heinicke's. How that plays. That's Taylor Heinicke's fault right there.
I'm gonna tell you.
Tell me how that's Taylor Heinicke's fault.
I don't know. He should have caught that. Adam Humphrey should have caught that. 2 hands on the ball. Is that the player you're talking about?
Yeah,
I don't know,
exactly.
Tony. I think he's been trying to do too many big shots and not taking the open shots that are for him. Logan Thomas and his other small routes have been open, and he's been trying to go a little bit deeper.
He missed Logan Thomas for a wide open touchdown when they settled for that field goal. He missed him for a wide open touchdown. It was just a little route, corner route, whatever, to the end zone. He missed him. He was wide open. But again, I'm just saying he's not.
JD.
No one is a good quarterback. But let's see what happens. I like Tyler Heinicke though.
You
Is
like
that Gibson?
Tyler.
Let's go, Gibson.
You
No, I mean I
said
like
his-
him. I like him as a
his name
person.
right once all night.
together.
I like him
You
as a
keep calling
person.
him Tyler. His name is Taylor.
Taylor
Like him.
Heinicke. My bad.
Hey, when he starts winning games, then you'll get his name correct, right?
Yeah, when he starts doing something.
Like all this hype
He starts
about him,
throwing
and he still hasn't
game-losing
won a
picks.
game. All this hype about him.
All this hype, I'm the only person who talks positive about him. Even the Washington football team fans are like,
Thomas? Is that Thomas? Yeah, baby. Prize Picks coming up for me today.
Hey, let's go.
Thomas got another
Thomas.
reception. I had him for let's see. I had Thomas at over 4.5 catches. That puts him at 5. Thank you very much. I had Heinicke at over a half of interceptions. He got 1. So it looks like I'll go 4 for 5 on my price.
You gotta
Why aren't they putting? They never put the interception on there though. Did that come at the end of the game?
Doesn't matter. We all saw it. It's going to be on there. It will be there. My Zach Wilson interception didn't come on until they processed.
So the only thing I didn't hit was Antonio Gibson. I asked for 1 touchdown. He didn't get it.
I needed Kenny Galladay for 1 more reception and Antonio Gibson for a few more yards, but that's fine. I think he has like 14, so maybe he'll get like a little dump off right now. That'd be great for like 10 yards.
I did terrible on Prize Picks tonight. Absolutely
horrible.
horrible.
I'm 3 out of 5 right now.
Full game, didn't matter.
I'm 4 out of 5.
I don't even care.
Who's in that running back right now?
It would have been nice. It would have been nice. Antonio Gibson touchdown would have been nice. They gave it to J.D. McKissick earlier in the game.
Yeah, Antonio Gibson. Yeah, it's all good. I got 3 out of 5 right now. If Gibson gets a little catch, a little flat route or something like that, that'd be great.
At least Tony wasn't the only one that left J.D. McKissick on the bench. I left him on the Warrior of Attrition. Tony did it. And then in my own like home fantasy league, people are talking about how making fun of the guy who left it on his bench. So it's not like a lot of people started J.D. McKissick tonight.
He had like 2 points last game. Like he wasn't even part of he wasn't part of anything last week.
Yeah, you didn't. After last week, you were like, "Oh, he's not even going to be a part of the offense." Like last year, he was a big part of it, and they showed the graphics of how he ranked in receiving of running backs. Like he's number 1 and number 2 in all receiving categories for running backs. And then like you saw it, you saw last week where you were like, "Oh, well, he ain't going to do it this time," and he's back at it. Look at that was a big drop by Shepard, man.
And that hold call too. That hold call took a touchdown away from the Giants, and that drop by Slayton, Darius Slayton.
Daniel Dimes, baby, Danny Dimes. Who would trade that guy in fantasy football? Like you hold on to great quarterbacks like that.
I agree. You hold on to great quarterbacks. Daniel Jones is a guy you got to hold on to, unless if you love Derrick Henry for no reason, like I do.
Force down.
Oh, he dropped it. Wow, McKissick. I thought he had that. Oh, my goodness. I thought he had that.
Force down.
Oh, wow.
You know what time it is, Tony. It's Danny Dimes time. It's Danny Dimes time.
McKissick. I thought he had that. I thought he had that for sure.
Hey, if you got to make a bet before the game, which quarterback would have a turnover? Tony just wants to turn my camera off right now. He was like, "I'm done with this. It was nice when you weren't here."
I want
there you go.
all this smoke right now.
That was a good throw to Dami Brown. That was a good throw. I'll give him that.
I'm just glad Mike's not here because Mike would run and hide again like he did on Monday night when the Raiders won.
Dustin, Anthony Hopkins, waiting in the wings.
Well, yeah, if anything, somebody's going to come up on some kickers. I don't know who has all these kickers, but you were talking about Gano being on a lot of teams. I don't know how many teams Hopkins are on, but this be a long field goal and get some extra points out of it. Let's go.
Hey. I'm not mad if he kicks a field goal right now and makes it because that's Kenny Galladay's season. Hopefully he gets like.
See, this right here was a heads-up play. Taylor Heinicke saw that the Giants had too many people on the field. He tries to get the play called quick and forces the Giants to use a timeout. Like, that's a good move of a veteran quarterback. The guy's played a good game, 323 yards, 2 touchdowns tonight on 3 days of preparation. All I'm saying is the kid can play quarterback. He's played it tonight. He's going to pick up another 10 yards. Dustin Hopkins is going to put one through the yellow sticks. And Taylor Heinicke's getting a W.
I want that to happen, but I want Hopkins to miss. I wanted to doink off the top of it, and you just
That's
like,
literally exactly almost the opposite of what Tony basically said. You said I wanted to happen except for what Tony just said.
Adam Humphries, though, looking like somebody to pick up, huh?
Yeah, actually surprising me right now.
Fourth down.
I'm way behind
What
you
are we
guys.
looking
My
at?
team
We're
actually
looking at
paused.
a 55-yarder right now?
A long field goal is what we're looking at.
Yeah, Adam Humphries caught that.
Get up
Not
there.
even. No, not even a 55. We're looking at like a 53. 52, 53 after that. Like this right here should be able, you should be able to get your field goal. You're in field goal
I'm
unit.
so far behind you guys. But I hope Gibson catches this football right now. I'm way behind you guys.
Oh,
But
Terry's scary, man. What a game. McLaren had a game. If you got him in PPR, you came up on some points today.
yeah, 30 points from you already.
Get a touchdown. Do a field goal.
This is some bullshit. You better put 16 seconds back on the clock.
So they're going to challenge the play of a completed catch right here.
Doesn't even matter. Anthony Dustin Hopkins.
What are you challenging? What the hell are you challenging? That's a catch all day.
They're looking to
that's a
see if
catch.
he caught the football.
That's a catch all day.
Yeah, that's easily a catch.
You just stopped the time for nothing. This actually helps Washington.
I don't even. Yeah, we already knew it was a catch. Now put 16 seconds on the clock, let him spike it, let him get another quick out route to Humphrey on the sideline and make this a gimme kick for Hopkins.
Another interception would be nice.
Why would it? You already hit your over on Prize Picks. Why are you just rooting against me now, Joe?
Because I got the Giants, and it gets me 2 points in our pick'ems.
F
they're
the
the
Giants. F your pick'em. Taylor Heinicke's the side you want to be on.
Come on.
No, Danny Dimes, because I made a meme for it.
I know you made a meme for it. We can still put the meme up there. He still owned them. Of course we
No,
can.
because I put a record on there.
Oh, I didn't see the record. We'll just go ahead and edit that one out.
Come on,
There it is.
Hopkins.
Are you ahead of me, Tony? So you actually get
I
to see
am.
the field goal right now?
Hang on. Here.
All right, cool. You're ahead of me too, though, Tony. I mean, yeah, Tony's ahead of me, and you, Joe. Both of y'all ahead of me. Both of y'all ahead of me by a good amount. I don't know if I could like pause this and like go live because I'm live already. But I'm
what the hell? That is some crap. Somebody dropped. That's a horrible league. Then that's a horrible league. Here it is to win the game.
All right, don't tell. I've got to see it. He's queuing up. Actually, I'll take my headphones off. You can react. I'm gonna take my headphones off, and I'll go right back.
No!
It's no good. 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 There's a flag on the field, but it's no good. It's no good. Tony Tucker is pissed off right now. I can see him in the camera doing some little finger gestures to me right now. Oh, Tony is mad, but there is.
I don't know. Heinicke's saying it's on the other team.
Is it on
Tyler
the Giants?
Heinicke is saying it's on the Giants right now.
Oh, it is. They did move. It is on the Giants. Yeah, he crossed that. He crossed that line early.
Why?
So they get an extra shot right here.
All right, Tony, I'm taking my headphones off.
Now it's a chip shot. Now it's a chip shot.
How we doing, gentlemen? How we doing?
There's a flag on the play, so we're
How we doing, gentlemen?
Now
How we
Tony comes
doing
back and wins
on the
game.
Taylor Heinicke
Honestly,
coming out party?
How
we
I think
doing?
he made it.
Because of the defensive tackle for
I think he
the.
made
How
it.
we doing on the Taylor Heinicke coming out party?
I was close.
This isn't nothing about Taylor Heinicke. This is about the Giants making a stupid mistake and not watching the damn ball. You're lucky that kicker knew how to make it, acting like the Chargers kicker out there the first time he went out there.
I told you 30 points from the Washington football team offense tonight, led by Taylor Heinicke, after he makes a tough interception on a shit play call when they should have ran Antonio Gibson on that play and punted the ball and played defense, and they didn't.
Wow. All I'm saying is this game would have been not nearly as close if Ryan Fitzpatrick was playing.
I was close to the final score.
God. Okay.
I was close to the final score.
Yeah.
Oh, but that was a great game. I love the football team.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I love Tyler, whatever. He did all right. He did all right. I like that at the end. He did all right. I still don't think he's gonna start like by week 5. I think he's done for sure when Fitzpatrick's back. I don't think this shows you enough that you would start him over Fitzpatrick.
He lost to a prize.
That's what I'm saying. So
Dude threw for 350 yards.
Taking my guy Fitzpatrick. I just don't have a good feeling about Tyler Heinicke.
Okay.
However you say his name. I just have a good feeling. But they got the dub. I'm happy for the football team. Feel so bad for Saquon Barkley though.
Why?
Saquon Barkley, because look at him over here on the sideline. He's like, look, my defense, my special teams can't even get anything done. Like he just. On top of that, the Giants, what were they doing on that last drive? They were just like, they weren't really trying to do anything on that drive. I mean,
Chris, this kid should be, hang on. Put
that one? Well, you were off the air when we put stop clicking on it, damn it.
This guy should be immediately dropped from your fantasy league. Immediately.
Like,
he's kicked out
never
of your
offered
league.
an invitation again. Never offered an invitation to another fantasy league again. That's how bad that is.
I'm keeping his money and I'm giving it to a child. I'm giving his team to a child because if you drop Terry McLaurin after 1 week, it's done.
Let me just say this. For
Go
an
ahead.
NFC East team, NFC East matchup, this was a great game. Because last year when the NFC East played each other, it was horrible. This was a great game. These night games have been pretty crazy. Yes, Chris, they have. And here comes Mike with his BS that we don't need to hear. Second sloppiest game ever, right behind the Raiders and Ravens a few days ago.
That's funny.
Oh, man, Washington. Tough break for the Giants. Go to 0-2.
Yeah.
Washington starts 1-1. Wow. Tough. I know. Tony was mad. Tony, you were pissed off at the end of when they missed the first field goal.
I was giving you the finger. I know you saw me. I know you saw me down there in that little camera. When Dustin Hopkins went wide right, when he went Ray Finkel on us on that little chip shot field goal. I know you saw it. I was upset about it because Heinicke drove him down there, put him in manageable field goal range to get the win. The kid played good. All I heard all offseason was how the Giants had a good defense. Week 2, Bradbury's out there. Bradbury made an interception. They got some sacks. They played, 60 minutes of football against a good team on a short week. This kid went out there and threw for 300 and some yards and 2 touchdowns. He can play. That's all I'm saying is he can play football.
Yeah, no, I think he can play football. He's there for a reason. Old Dominion's finest. But my question, that's not supposed to be funny, but it's kind of funny. Anyway, so my question to you is, though, you got the win, right? If you're Ron Rivera and you're heading into week 3, even maybe week 3 is first game, but are you giving him that second shot after this game? Because you escaped with the win. It wasn't like he led you to a win. It really felt like they escaped with it. And I was, like I said, I don't like to hate on anyone or root against. I'm just saying I don't think he's a starting quarterback. Chris, but it didn't feel like he just dominated.
Chris, what kind of league do you play in?
Chris is like, no one had McLaurin, no one had.
Oh, you're talking about Terry. Okay, I thought he was talking about.
Heinicke. Oh, okay.
He's talking about McLaurin. Yeah. All right, that makes sense. Yeah, E, what's up, man? What a game. I feel bad for Mac right now. I feel bad for all Giants fans. No, I don't. I don't. Actually, no, I don't. I love when people are in misery over their football teams because if this was the Raiders, they'd be making fun of me all day. So, Giants fans.
I don't feel bad. I'll say this: Daniel Jones isn't the reason they lost, so I don't want to hear any of that nonsense. Like,
no, he's not.
Some bad penalties. You jump off sides when they're kicking a field goal. That's some Kansas City Chiefs stuff against the Patriots in the AFC
2 touchdowns off the board.
You can't do that.
Daniel Jones' touchdown run was taken off the board because of a penalty that turned into 3 points. And then the long touchdown pass that was dropped.
Yep, Slayton dropped the touchdown pass. Giants could have had this game. They could have. No questions asked.
Yeah,
what I'll say.
Daniel Jones got me 31 points in our fantasy league.
Yeah,
I was wrong. And I hope that everybody, if you want, go to YouTube, comment on the video where I put the prize picks up, and I said Daniel Jones was going to get less than 16 fantasy points, and the Washington football team defense was going to own him tonight. I was wrong. He played a good game. He ran the ball. He threw the ball.
Galladay did not have a good game for the Giants.
Giants 0-2 for the 5th straight season. Those last 3 seasons, Daniel Jones has been the quarterback.
Well, I'll tell you, I'll give you this love right here, Tony Tucker. I no longer think, at least for week 3, it's tough, but I don't think it's Kyle Allen season just yet. I don't think it's Cam Newton season just yet. I think they could stick with Tyler Heinicke until Fitzpatrick is healthy against the Broncos or Bucks or wherever in week 9.
Fitzpatrick just lost his job.
I don't think he lost his job over this game. I think it was more what the Giants did wrong. I think the Giants lost this game more than the football team won the game.
Hey, Mike, he did. That game should have been over.
That's one of the worst picks I've seen. He threw it right to the Giants defender, right in his arms, like right in his numbers. That might be his most accurate throw of the whole entire night. The only number that hit anyone in the numbers was a pick he threw. But he won the game. I think you give him a longer leash, let him play these next few weeks until you're starting quarterback.
Jay's trying to be cute. Jay doesn't want to give Heinicke any love, which is fine.
I gave him love.
He was giving a bunch of love to Daniel Jones, who ran for more yards than he threw for in the first half of a football game.
I'm going to give.
Come on, Tony. Who was the better quarterback in this game?
Daniel Jones. Look,
Heinicke was the better quarterback in the game.
No, wait. Look, Slayton dropped a wide open touchdown pass that was a dime. Slayton dropped a wide open touchdown pass, a holding call on a touchdown run by Daniel Jones that came with only 3 points, and then the offsides that ultimately lost him the game. Heinicke has nothing to do with any of those plays, and Daniel Jones got hurt in 2 of them, and then one of them cost the team the game. So Heinicke's going to keep his starting job until Fitzpatrick is back. I'm not saying he's a terrible quarterback. I'm saying he's probably the worst of starting quarterbacks, but he's still a starting quarterback until Fitzpatrick is back. But this didn't make me a believer that he's like a top 15 quarterback or anything like that.
No, you guys are right. You guys are right. He's trash. Daniel Jones has been a starting quarterback for 3 years. Taylor Heinicke has been a starting quarterback for 3 days. You're right. Heinicke's trash. Move on to Kyle Allen. You guys are right.
I hope they do, though.
I'm glad they benched Barkley. Didn't Barkley get like at least 10 points? And that's what you asked for, right? At least 10 points. I don't.
No. They're trying to monitor Barkley based on all of the different algorithms they have, where it's like, it's the same. They did the same thing with Prescott and the pitch count when he had the arm injury. They're like, hey, we did this. He can do this amount of physical exertion. He can do this amount of whatever it is. This is when the body stresses out and tends to have injuries. They're doing the same thing. They're monitoring Barkley. They're not going to unleash him. That's all the comments and everything I read today. The reports was he won't be unleashed. At some point, he will get back to having 25 carries and touches and passes in the game. And the team will be better for it when he can fully be Saquon Barkley, for sure.
Hey,
the Giants aren't done.
Put your bias aside. Put your Taylor Heinicke bias aside.
Sure.
Danny Dimes had the better game. I'm not saying he's the better quarterback. The better game today was from Danny Dimes. He was 22 of 32, 249 yards, 1 touchdown, and he got sacked 4 times. Heinicke was 34 of 46, 336 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, and was sacked 1 time. But Danny Dimes also ran the ball 9 times for 95 yards.
I'll give you this, Tony. I would rather have Tyler Heinicke over Benanucci. I'm putting him over Benanucci after this game. I'll give you that.
No,
Even though Benucci wouldn't have thrown that pick.
Horrible guy.
I'm not saying he's horrible. He's better than other quarterbacks. Like I'm giving you, he's better than I said Benucci, but other guys.
Okay, two things. I told my wife this shit would be over by 8:30, and my dinner's sitting next to me getting cold. I'm not going to sit here and listen to this. The guy just won the game on 3 days' notice, 350 fucking yards and 2 touchdowns, and I'm going to sit here and listen to you guys tell me about how Daniel Jones, who ran the option better than he played quarterback, is the better quarterback. I'm not going to listen to that.
And you just Tony was on here talking about how Teddy Bridgewater tore this defense up and was making fun of the defense for Teddy Bridgewater, but now Taylor Heinicke's up here. Anyways, second take extra. He says, Giant fans, what can go wrong? What can go wrong will go wrong. Slayton sold out. Hit him in the wrong spot. That ball hit him in the wrong spot. His hands.
Let's just agree that this division is bad. The Cowboys, the football team, the Giants are. I think the Eagles have hope for them still, but
smoked this Sunday. I hope they get beat.
They're going to get smoked. They were going to get smoked regardless, but now they're missing probably their best pass rusher, right? So, yeah, they're going to get smoked. Yeah. The Cowboys are terrible. We knew this coming into the season. Dak Prescott and those receivers and Zeke are their only silver lining with Pollard. That's it. Other than that, they don't have a good defense, and they can't win games. They can't close out games. So the Chargers should smack them. And Dak Prescott should have 450 yards in garbage time because of what the score is going to be in the third and fourth quarter. So, yeah, there you go. But Cooper, fantasy, 40-point game just in garbage time with Dak. So I'm excited for that.
I went 4 out of 5 on Prize Picks. If you guys want to join us on Prize Picks, download the app, Prize Picks. Type in the promo code Warzone, and they'll match up to the first $100. And you don't have to be crying. Like if you're a Giants fan, you probably will still be happy because you would have made some money tonight. Do you guys think Greg the Leg will be good this week?
Greg the Leg, he was bad. He was bad last week.
So I got a text right now saying, "Imagine being a Giants fan." Whoa! But Greg the Leg, I think he's not going to matter.
Second half, Joe. Second half prize.
You got it.
Can't really.
You got the.
Can't really
see it. You hit it.
Tyler Heinicke. You got
That's
a Tyler Heinicke over.
5 for 5. That's a 5 for 5 on the second half. Prize.
Yeah, you were telling me. You're telling me
the promo code Warzone. I know. I forgot who I picked. I've been drinking. I'm gonna go eat dinner.
All right, Tony. Have a good one. Second take extra.
You're the man, Tony.
Cowboys brought in an extra kicker this week to try to scare him off. So if he doesn't kick better this week, he's gone. He's going to be kicking in SoFi, which should help him out a little bit. I don't know. Dude's always been a solid kicker, but he just got the curse of the Cowboys kick, I guess. Can't wait for the Dolphins Raiders. Yeah.
It's going to be a good game. I have the Dolphins winning this week. I think
you ain't got Fitzpatrick this year to pull you out, Mike. Or you don't got a Fitzpatrick to come in that fourth quarter to take over for Tua. The Raiders I don't know if you saw what the Raiders did last week. Got that W.
I don't know who the Dolphins are playing this week, but I have them winning. That's all I know. I got the Dolphins beating whoever they're playing, and I got the Raiders beating the Steelers. So it should be a good undefeated teams in week 3, 2-0 teams. Should be a good matchup.
I have the Raiders beating the Steelers. If you guys are Raider fans and you guys are not Raider fans,
Bills.
Hey, Raider haters, it doesn't matter what you guys want to do. Go check out their Silver and Black Allegiance on here. If you guys are new to the Warzone Sports Network, we just did the watch party for Thursday Night Football. A great game where the Washington football team won 30-29. Taylor Heinicke picks up his first win as a starter. But, yeah, we have multiple shows here on this network. Individual team shows. We have the Bengals, the Raiders, the 49ers, the Giants, the Jets, Washington football team. There's so many shows that we have going on. It's crazy. You have your own show, Jay. I have Friday Night Wars. Tony the Tucker, you just saw, does a lot of shows. Saturday mornings, we do a show called Fantasy Football Speakeasy. On Sunday mornings, we show up and we do 2 hours in the morning from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. right before the game. It was 8 a.m., 10 a.m. Pacific time. And we'll do like fantasy talk right before the games, give you guys our pick'ems. And then we'll be back for Sunday Night Football, Monday Night Football. We're live basically all the time. So if you guys are new to this network, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a moment.
Yes, sir. Miami, that's right. I have Miami beating the Bills in week 2. I've seen that. So Dolphins, I have the Dolphins beating the Bills, the Raiders beating the Steelers. And we'll see from those games. We'll see who I pick in Week 3, Dolphins versus Raiders. But they both look really good this year in the AFC. So,
yeah. Hey, final thoughts on this game?
Final thoughts. I think Daniel Jones is taking that next step as a quarterback and as a football player, running the ball, passing the ball. Saquon Barkley needs to be unleashed for them to win games. They need to limit their mistakes, all ends of the ball, everywhere. And the Washington football team is for real in this division. They have a shot to win this division, in a bad division with that defense. And, with their weapons, McLaurin, Logan Thomas, Heinicke will be good enough to get them in playoff positioning when Fitzpatrick is healthy. So I think that's going to be good. I liked it. It was a great game. Enjoyed it today.
Yeah, and I think there's a tough defense that you played on 3 days rest. You played a hell of a game. I think Heinicke needs to not take as many deep shots to find his under the middle guys. Start finding Logan Thomas a little bit more. He did overthrow a little bit, and he made that one mistake at the end of the game, but he ended up winning. So good for him. But Washington pulls out the victory. I would hate to be the guy who jumped off sides for the Giants going into that locker room. I know that one play doesn't make the difference, but one play made the difference tonight.
Does that guy get cut, Joe? Does that guy get cut, do you think, or no?
No, he won't get cut, but
okay.
Like you would feel like crap walking into that locker room right now, right? You would feel like you had to win. Your team, even though they're going to tell you, like, one play didn't make the game, and there's other plays that led to this that we missed it because, like, the Daniel Jones missed call or overthrow or all that other stuff that happened, that cost them the game. Like, huge offsides.
Not only the game, but this could end up costing them the division if you look in the future. They might be one game out of win. The Eagles might win the division because of this one game, or the football team might win the division because of this one game. So
I even had this ready. Look, I don't know if you saw it, but I had this ready, and now I can't even use it. They were 5-0. He would have been 5-0 versus his career in Washington. I had all this ready for it, and I can't even use it. I can show it, but it's worthless now. It's garbage because now he's 4-1 against Washington, and that would have came on the screen as and Tony would have been mad again. So we had it.
that was funny. Tony was having Tyler Heinicke's back on that, and they won, and they still were getting trashed kind of at the end, even though they won. So it's kind of a weird ending to this game, but Washington won, and we'll see what Tyler Heinicke does in Week 3 because I think he'll keep that starting job for until Fitzpatrick is back. Now I think Cam Talks can be settled down, and Kyle Allen will probably just be a backup for insurance at this point.
All right. Well, we're out of here, guys. We appreciate you guys watching the game. What a great victory for the Washington football team. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure you like and subscribe because we got lots of shows coming.